Hello, it's Friday.
Hello.
And it's just the three of us.
Just the three of us.
We can make it pretty good.
Yeah, King Scott, he is in Springfield, right? Visiting his mother.
I don't know. He never told me where he was going.
His mom's birthday is this weekend.
Oh, that's right.
Sweet.
That's right. Yeah, he's like, we haven't been there in a while, so take a couple days, go to Springfield. He loves Springfield.
I'll have to send a text.
Scott loves
he was
Springfield.
mostly raised in Springfield. They didn't move to Shelbina or back to Shelbina until high school.
Oh, so he is Springfield born?
Yeah, I think,
Or Shelbina born?
I think he may have been St. Louis born, but he was raised in Springfield. I knew him growing up as a Springfield kid.
Okay.
And then he came up in high school. I think his sister may have graduated down in Springfield, and then he came up to Shelbina for the rest of high school.
I feel like I don't know a lot about King Scott.
Oh,
He's
really?
a mystery.
Yeah,
He is a mystery.
he's a Springfield through and through. So he went back to college too in Springfield. So
Yeah,
every
yeah, I
time
know
we
that.
would go down, my bands would go down and play this like skate park and the coffee houses and stuff. We would crash on Scott's floor.
That's great.
You know, we have quite a listenership in Springfield, actually. I gotta forget the name of the radio station. There's a rock radio station out there. And I actually talked to the program director about maybe putting this show out on, out there.
Yeah. Yeah, that station does a lot of stuff to support local bands and local shows.
Well, and he would say that he sees more Rizz Show stickers in Springfield than the morning show they have on there.
Is it Q102?
I think so.
Is it?
The program director wound up leaving.
Oh, bummer.
We actually had a meeting scheduled. Like we were going to meet.
Yeah.
That's where Jeff started radio too.
Yes, in Springfield. So so the story goes, we were going to meet, and this was 2019. COVID happened. He got sick. The meeting got canceled, and then he wound up leaving. And it never happened.
What if we syndicated the show not to other big cities, but to little cities?
Well, and that's what I would do.
That'd be so much fun.
Only in this area. Only in this region.
Yeah.
Springfield's fun, man. We always had such a great time down there as a small band. When Greek Fire's gone down there, we've had great shows. Those college shows always end up being great. If you
Been there once.
if you ever go again and you have any questions about Springfield, I'm not kidding. Scott, the king of St. Louis, he is the knowledge base.
Oh
of
yeah,
Springfield.
that's the guy.
That dude
That's the guy.
He is the Springfield tour guide.
Well, he and Tim. Tim grew up in Nixa, which is a suburb of Springfield. And so those two can just like rap about that whole area.
Oh no, when I was going down there, Jeff and Scott were like, "Oh, okay, so I gotta go.
You gotta start at Bass Pro?
Yeah.
Oh, I went to the Bass Pro.
You got to start and
I went
end
there.
at
It was
Bass Pro.
cool. You been to the Bass Pro at Springfield?
No.
That's like the main
wanna go.
one.
It's
Yeah.
so fun.
The aquarium. I want to go.
It's so cool.
That's like the main one, right? Johnny Morris flagship
Yeah.
store.
They got the whole museum there about how Bass
The
Pro
whole
started.
thing. So Scott's in Springfield. Rafe is in Denver.
Yes.
So Rafe, around 6 o'clock yesterday evening, texted us a picture of what he had found. I wasn't sure. Was it in the airport? I don't think he.
I don't know. He wasn't
made
very
it clear.
Yeah, he wasn't very clear about those details. Just about the details of the.
He basically found a
Fine.
woman's purse when the contents were spilled out.
I think he spilled them out.
Oh, he spilled the contents
Yeah,
out.
I think he was doing that to like show like the timestamp of, hey, I found this woman's purse. And he was looking through it to show like, this is what I found in your purse at this time.
And this is a travel purse. Like this is.
Yes, this is.
it's flying.
Yeah. So I'm assuming this was at the airport,
This is a my entire life is in here small purse.
or maybe it was in the Uber.
It almost looks like a trap.
It kind of does.
This, because I showed it to Tim and he's like, what? I mean, this woman had a load of cash, her social security card. and her driver's
Oh yeah,
license.
driver's license,
I'm
keys,
looking at her social security.
social
card.
security card,
A note with where
vehicle
she-
registration,
with a phone number and an address.
Weird, dude.
$1,000 cash.
Like what? And he ended up giving
Car keys,
it back
did you
to
say?
the lady. Like he Ubered to the lady last night and got,
Oh, he did.
yeah, he ended up getting in contact with her somehow.
So it was $1,000 cash.
He said, "I found a bag with $50 and all your stuff in it."
He said, "What should I do? What would you do?" I said, "She'd get a purse back with $100." I figured $900 is a great reward.
That is a great reward.
I mean, that's a woman's life in that purse.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
it
her
is-
identity.
It's her everything.
Everything was in there. Everything.
Why does she have her social security card on her? Is that like another form of identification for the airport? I don't think it is. See, there's no reason to have that with you.
Yeah, I don't know. I can tell you how old she is. Maybe that's like a.
Oh, her driver's license is in there. I mean, it looks like an older woman. It looks like maybe in her, I'm going to guess maybe in her early 50s.
What a lucky lady. I mean,
71.
if you're going
right?
to get anybody to find your bag, Rafe Williams, hero of the Rizzuto Show detective agency.
No, it doesn't say your birthday on your license.
I thought it was date of birth 1971. I thought I saw.
Yeah, I'm just saying it doesn't say that on the license. Oh, this is not a Missouri license.
Yeah, it's like
It's like New Mexico.
New Mexico.
Mm-hmm. I don't know where you're getting the year. I don't see any years on the social.
I may have
security
just
card,
made
there's
that
not-
up in my
There's
head.
not a year either.
I may have just made
You
it
just
up in my
saw
head.
a face and
I don't
put
know.
a year
I just
to
thought
it.
19. You look like you were born in 1971. And you brought it up this morning off the air. Like, could be a trap.
Yeah.
It's a trap.
Because imagine
Could be
this.
a trap.
You know, let's say there's some sort of gang.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. 1971. You're right. I see it. There is a birthday.
And so
It's a trap.
Rafe goes and finds this woman, and like maybe they want to like get the person who finds the bag
And roll them.
and roll him.
For $1,000.
No,
Well, no, he's already got the $1,000.
I know.
Like, that's the trap.
I know.
the trap.
The trap is $1,000
But who could be carrying more than 1,000 when you're only going to get your 1,000 back? And maybe a
and
couple
whatever
hundred.
else they have.
But you're
It's a
risking.
traveler.
But you're risking losing $1,000 for.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's bad. Listen, not a great plan. Yeah, you aren't risking losing $1,000. He said he wound up contacting the insurance. I guess she had an insurance card on her.
Yeah.
Everything is in there.
So her insurance card. He called the insurance company. They contacted her.
And said, we're raising your premiums because you seem to be
Out of sorts.
Stupid.
forgetful.
Yeah, they went. They got on so he called her insurance agency. They put them on a three-way call, and he says currently en route to deliver this woman's life back to her. Another case closed by the Rizzuto Detective Agency's
Wow.
finest.
So he went to her. She didn't go to him.
That's probably the right move, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
As a woman and a man, like I don't know, traveling. It's nice that he found
And it is
her
very
some-
nice. It is very nice of him to go out of his way. Does she reward him?
God, I hope so. I hope he's having a great time.
Like, does she reward him? I mean, not sexually,
Oh, yeah, like $100.
right? Wouldn't you?
Nice. I bet he declined.
How about I buy you dinner? Like, that's like, here's money to buy you dinner.
Right.
That's how I would put it. Like, oh, dude, here's $100. No, I can't take it. Let me buy you dinner. That's the move. Let me buy you dinner.
Do we know what she did?
I don't know.
Yeah, story ended there.
I do know that he
Story
did have
ended there.
dinner because he told me he had.
He's alive, though, right?
He is alive.
Okay.
He said, took the lady back her purse, Ubered it back to the hotel, had some cactus tacos.
Oh, yeah. Then he sent me a picture of the Goldfinger poster of the show coming up. So he was somewhere last night where they're talking about rock and roll, baby.
Right on.
I hope she bought him dinner. That's for him to go out of his way and
Yeah.
be honest and give all the money back and contact the insurance agency.
I think he would have said that. I got a feeling nothing happened.
Oh man,
said
that's
thanks.
rotten. I don't know.
I'm
In
curious.
my mind, I'm like, that's a little rotten.
You know what? Let's text him. I'm sure he's awake.
Yeah, wake
It's
him
si-
up.
no,
it's
it's-
5:16.
5:16. Don't wait. Okay, wake him up.
Wake him up. Let's see.
All right, wake him up, son. All right, it is Friday and time for my Friday leftovers. Like, these are all stories that I didn't get to this week.
All right.
First off, we'll start with a couple local stories. And this is from the RFT. Headline, get a free tree just for chopping down a sex-smelling one. And they use another word for...
That is a Bradford pear.
Yeah, that's right. They're doing this again. And again, I read from the RFT.
Good. Those are disastrous trees. They're horrible. They're ruining neighborhoods. They're invasive, and they stink.
Have you ever walked down your street and wondered where that god-awful, I'll just say, man batter smell was coming from? It's the calorie pear tree, the bane of our spring existence. If you hate them, you're in luck. The Missouri Invasive Plant Council Forest Relief of Missouri Forest Keeling Nursery And the Missouri Department of Conservation will literally reward you with a new tree for cutting down a calorie pear tree from your property with a buyback program.
There you go.
They've been doing this, I think, for the past couple of years.
It's awesome.
Forest healing is my jam.
That's what kind of caught my attention.
They specialize in all native plants, and so, yeah, they want you to probably put a native tree where that one is.
Registration for the program starts next week, and people who complete event registration will receive a Missouri native tree in place of the sex-smelling one on April 23rd.
What a great idea.
The chair of the Missouri Invasive Plant Council says, as we prepare for spring, many calorie pear trees, also known as Bradford pears, are already beginning to bloom. And I was walking the dogs up in the neighborhood the other day, and yep, those little white.
Yeah, they're really pretty flowers for all about a week.
Little white buds are they're out, and they're very pretty looking. Mm-hmm. But it's going to start to stink.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
Real soon. Yeah, I got one of those subdivisions where they cheaped out. They cheaped out and they put all those Bradford pears.
Put one here. Oh, let's just put them everywhere.
Because they do look great.
Yeah.
But man, they stink, and the roots are an issue too.
Yeah, it's a weaker wood too. So like once it gets to a certain size, it's basically just a matter of time before a storm takes it down.
Before a gust of wind comes and blows those things down.
Push it through your window. Because they grow really quickly. If I remember right, they grow really quickly, and that's why they're kind of brittle. But that's why, like, some of this construction folks would be like, "Oh, let's put these in 4 years. It's going to look like an older neighborhood." Yeah. And
they say
ain't nothing free in this world. You know what I'm saying?
The profuse white blossoms of this highly invasive tree make their alarming spread especially apparent this time of year along roadsides and fields, parks, and on private property. And the RFT goes on. They say they're honestly like a toxic relationship, beautiful with their flourishing white flowers, but all too ready to smack you in the face with the smell of sex without even asking permission.
Wow. Should have been a sign.
Registration for destruction of the trees is open from March 15th through April 15th. Those registered will choose their location, select a tree, upload the photo of the recently deceased calorie pear tree, and then on April 23rd, receive one free non-invasive native tree.
This make all
that hopefully smells better.
Does this make all the men feel bad? Because it's like everybody hates this tree because of how it smells.
Nah. We can't control nothing.
Yeah, it's not our fault.
Don't make me feel bad. Tell you what, though, it's pretty cool. When a Bradford pear dies, like the roots die, it can make you look like a real big, strong man when you're ripping it out.
Around.
Because I ripped out a whole full, this thing was 20-something feet, and I kind of jostled it loose with the truck, dragged it a little bit, and then it pushed it the rest of the way, and I got pictures and video of me pushing a complete tree out of the ground. It made me look so huge.
Yes.
And it was, it's a crappy tree.
Yeah.
So.
The native trees donated by Forest Relief and Forest Keeling will be potted in 3-gallon containers, will stand between 2 and 4 feet tall.
Cool.
So that's next week. You start signing up for that. Also, locally here, and man, I wish King Scott were here. We got to let him know about this. If King Scott really wants to be part of a world record, now I know we did the fun thing at Rizz Show Live where King Scott won the record for most plates spun by a Rizz Show member.
Mm-hmm. And he won.
He did it, yeah. And he did it. But if he really wants to be part of a world record, like there is an opportunity. And it happens next Thursday. And it happens at the City Museum.
What is it?
And this is making national headlines. If you want to be a part of history, there is an opportunity on 314 Day. The City Museum is hoping to break the world record for people wearing underpants on their head. This is right up Scott's alley.
Did he invent this?
This is right up Scott's alley.
We need to send him.
Oh, he's going to do this.
He's going to do this.
Yeah.
He can wear his Burton underwear.
Oh, the cool thing
is... yeah.
Can you imagine his hair coming out of the legs?
Yep, I can.
Like,
this has got to be.
One in each leg.
He'll be the poster child for this thing.
Yeah, looking like a Jedi or something.
Now, if you didn't know already, the City Museum already has the largest pair of underwear.
Yes, they do. You can take a picture with it.
You knew that already.
I did. I have a photo, one of my favorite photos of my sister when she was maybe 10. I took her to the City Museum, and I made her pose in front of those underpants. And it is my favorite photo of her.
Yeah, the world's largest pair of underpants is at the City Museum. The waistband measures 16 feet. So they have, some experience with this kind of thing. The current record for the most people with underwear on their head is 270.
Oh,
that was set at a bookstore in Naperville, Illinois back in 2012.
Amateurs.
City Museum hoping to crush that. They only need 271, but their goal is what? 314.
Love it.
Because next Tuesday is March 14th. It's Pi Day.
Question
and
is,
it's 314 Day.
Must one provide their own underwear?
Yes.
I would hope so.
Yes.
I would hope
All
so
different.
as well. But you got to ask that kind of question. That's a King Scott
you know what?
question.
You know what? Reading the
They
fine
will-
print
they
here.
will provide?
You don't need to bring your own pair. Just show up there at 1:45 p.m. next Thursday. They will give you some underwear to put on your head. Hopefully clean. But I would tell Scott, wear his Burton underwear.
Yeah.
Wear the Jeff Burton underwear that we got from Rizz Show Live with Jeff's face all over.
Yep.
Put your hair through the leg holes.
Yes.
That's going to be cool.
Dude, he really has to do this.
Can we all go?
No.
Oh.
Well, you can go. I'm not going.
I'll be down at the Battlehawks thing. What time is this? 1:45?
1:45.
Yeah, it's sound check time, man.
Yeah, your Alabama Dirtbags are playing down
That's
at
right.
Ballpark Village on 314 Day.
Big Battlehawks announcements and town hall.
Yeah, it's a Battlehawks kind of. Is it a season kickoff?
You know, I think they're calling it a town hall, but it's like a I mean, it's
A rally.
yeah, it's a rally. It's a rally. The coach is going to be there. There's going to be a bunch of people from the league. They have some league announcements to make. Big ones. Big ones.
There's a big announcement to be made next Thursday, and I was talking to Moon before the show. Like The Rock, who owns, who's a part owner of the league, he shows up to things like these.
You think he's going to be there?
I know what the announcement is.
$20, yes or no?
I'd put $20 on it. I would put $20 on it.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. He shows up everywhere.
All I know is
He goes to these big XFL events.
If that, you guys know the dressing room there. It's tiny. So if I'm back there and The Rock is back there, I'm getting a picture in full Alabama dirtbags.
Oh, yeah,
I
right.
got the tassels on the shirt. I got the Stetson. I am gonna get a picture.
Dude, anybody
with The
could
Rock.
take a picture with The Rock dressed as like normal.
Right.
Yeah,
But-
not looking like that.
Not like that. And that would be perfect.
That would be the best.
You wouldn't go, oh, let me change?
No,
No,
I was
saying
like,
that'd be a huge mistake.
Let me go get my bolo tie. I need to be fully Alabama.
Let me go get my bolo.
What time
tie.
sound check?
Like 2:00.
Well, you can roll down at this thing. You can roll down here real quick, put some underwear on your head,
Yeah,
be
I
a
don't
part
know.
of history, and then it's not far.
Yeah, you're right. I might try it. If we're running late, I might try it. You said 1:30?
1:45.
1:45.
It's close. You got to roll in
What are
there.
you
You got to
doing
take the picture and then
What are you
roll
doing
out.
to me?
But I really believe Scott needs to go to this.
I'll only do it if I get a picture with Rock and I say, "Hey man, you want to go put some underwear on your head and be a part of
It'd
a
be too
world
late for
record?"
that.
No,
If Scott doesn't do this,
if The Rock goes with me, I'll be there.
Scott doesn't do this.
Scott
if
will
Scott
do this.
doesn't do this, then I don't think I could take anything he says seriously anymore.
What? He might have an appointment. Like, it's okay.
He said that his goal in 2024 was to break a world record. And this is literally
Yeah, it's being
it is-
handed to him.
It is being handed to him.
Make sure you email him that so he can
He
get it-
loves the City Museum,
I know.
and he loves putting underwear on his head.
This is perfect. I'm available. So I'm DTWU. I'm down to wear underwear. Like, let's go.
Another record was broken last week. A Welshman broke the Guinness World Record of getting 69 different tattoos of rabbits on his body.
Well, that sounds cool. I know that sounds silly, but I like nature tattoos, man.
Mm-hmm.
I like.
Well, he has 69 different rabbits tattooed on his body.
I got a bunch of animals. I have multiple bees. I got a frog. I got the silverchair frog.
I have a
lion.
lion.
You got a lion?
Yeah.
Well, I got 2 lions.
I have a lion.
I didn't mean to one up you there, but I forgot I got some lions. What
Now I just need 69 more of these things, and I'll break the record.
you got animals?
No, I got plants.
Oh yeah, I got plants too. I love that's my favorite is the nature
Or not
tattoos.
plants. I have a radio tower down my side. I got a moon. I got
because you're in radio.
because I'm in radio. I'm a powerhouse.
Where's your plants?
No, I don't have plants. I don't know why I said that. I'm thinking about getting some plants. I'm thinking about getting a sun, which
get
is
some
so
flowers?
lame. Like I think that's such a 90s tattoo, but I got a moon, and so I kind of want a sun on my other arm.
I dig it.
You know.
That's tight. You got to get some flowers though, man. Like if
I
you
know,
get
I
like
wanna get a rose.
No,
You
if
get
you
like
get a son, get somebody's like
good artist.
son's, like gets like somebody like my son's face tattooed on you.
The boy? I'll just have your
get
son.
the boy.
Yo, man,
I got a son.
This is my godson.
Look at this. When you get some good artists to do like real colorful flowers, I love that, man.
I only like black ink on my tattoos. I don't like the only color that I have is my Pops tattoo, which is Pop Rock's font, and it fades so much. So now I just get
Well,
ink.
that depends on the artist and the ink they're using too. Was it red?
It was pink.
Yeah, red and pink don't hold very good.
Well, so this guy got 69 different rabbits on his body. He broke the world record. The rabbit is his favorite animal. Spent over $12,000 on him. So if you could be covered in tattoos with your favorite animal, what would it be?
Bees.
Probably cats for you. Would it be cats?
Let me think. Yeah,
Bees.
I mean, cats are. I mean, all kinds of cats, like big cats, little cats. I love all the cats, like lions and.
Get a whole cat piece on your back.
No, you have to get different cats. So if
I
you want
wanna
to
get
break
my-
the record,
I want to get my cat's faces tattooed on me.
why don't you get paws?
I thought about that too. Tim's got a paw on him, not for our cats. It's like a bear paw, but no, I want to get their little cartoon faces on me somewhere.
Yeah, do that. Do that.
I know.
That's awesome. I
With their,
love
like,
seeing
coloring.
that. Yeah. That's
All right,
cool
well-
as heck.
You know, Steph, Joel's wife.
Yeah.
She's got
She's got a big cat,
She's
right?
got her little half sleeve is dedicated to her cat, and it looks like a mural of just
That's
her cat's
awesome.
face. It is so cute.
Are you going to go full sleeve,
Well-
you think? No.
I mean, you got to make sure it's, you get
Done.
the right artist.
I know.
Gotta
because
get, it does. Good tattoos ain't cheap. Cheap tattoos ain't
I
good,
love looking at portraits gone wrong.
bro. There's nothing more sad.
I love looking at, I went in with this idea and it doesn't look anything like
Right.
that.
I'm worried about placement on my body. Like I don't want any leg tattoos. You know,
Yeah.
my wrists are kind of filled. I don't know. I don't want a sleeve. My back is kind of filled.
Well,
Your
I
back
mean,
is
what are you
filled?
going to get?
Well, as much as I want it filled.
Oh.
You get a desk job somewhere?
No, but I just don't.
I don't think you have to worry about job stoppers.
Nah.
I don't think anybody's worried about these
think
days.
so
Yeah,
either.
yeah. I know what you're saying though. Like placement it matters.
Like I told my mom, I want to get the Rolling Stones tongue and lips as like a mom dedication tattoo, and I want to get it on one of my butt cheeks, and she'll get one too, even though my stepdad doesn't like that idea at all for her. But I was like, that would be a good placement for that.
No,
Yeah.
if you get a face tattoo, you're eliminated from certain jobs.
What'd you say?
Face tattoos.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Face tattoos will eliminate you from certain jobs.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying there. Like,
And I think
there's
even
still
neck
job
tattoos
stoppers.
still.
There's still job stoppers for sure. I thought you meant face tattoos as in like somebody's face on your.
Oh no. No, even listen, if you have something on your wrist or
Right.
you could see it through.
Oh yeah. If you had knuckle tattoos 20 years ago, you were a tattoo artist or a guitar player. That's about it.
Now you're a banker.
Now you can do that, but you can't do the face tattoos.
You can't. Face and neck,
Still.
I think, are still. I think maybe even knuckle tattoos still.
I've seen a couple pretty prominent fellers with some hand tattoos. Maybe not knuckles, but like the back of the hand. That's a new development. That's under 10 years for sure. You had hand tattoos. You were committed.
Yeah.
Committed.
I like to be able
14 years
to
ago.
cover mine up. So all my tattoos, like right now, you can't see them. I like that.
Yeah, look at me. I'm wearing my grandpa sweater. This is what my family calls my grandpa sweater. You can't tell on them
Right.
all. I look like somebody went through the Walmart quarter machine thing because none of my backgrounds are finished. I'm just like I look like a Red Hot Chili Pepper basically.
Right.
Because I kind of just got bored and I stopped getting tattoos when I was
Yeah.
like in the middle of
Well-
I'm going to finish this. I'm going to get this background. It's going to go down to here, and then I was like, I think I'm done right now.
And listen, tattoos are expensive too.
They are.
If you go to the right person, you're gonna, and you should be going to the right person.
Right.
You're gonna drop some cash. And everyone has seen the endless get-rich-quick schemes online and social media, but, we're all too smart to fall for them, right? Even if now we have a closet full of products we have to sell for, our small business. But there's a new paper out by the National Bureau of Economic Research, which shows that people from low-income backgrounds are more successful in growing their wealth when they spend time around rich people. So I'll say it again. Low-income backgrounds, people from low-income backgrounds are more successful in growing their wealth when they spend time around wealthier people.
Because they're trying to keep up, or what?
Because they're more likely to invest in the stock market, save their money, learn the tips and tricks to get their money to work for them, rather than just get a paycheck and spend it.
Yeah.
Now, the problem is income inequality. And making friends across socioeconomic classes isn't as
Yeah,
isn't
it's
as
tough.
common as befriending somebody, in your particular boat. But there is a secret to meeting a rich friend. And it's at Applebee's.
What?
Yeah. Researchers from MIT.
Mozzarella sticks?
Researchers at MIT found that public spaces like libraries and parks can foster some cross-class interactions, but they're not as good as Olive Garden, Applebee's, or sharing a bloomin' onion.
What am I supposed to do?
They say the most socioeconomically diverse places in America are affordable chain restaurants.
What do I do? Go to Fridays, look for the guy with the most expensive tie, and go
You
ask
hang
him
out
if
at the
we
bar.
can share mott sticks?
No, you hang out at the bar.
Oh.
You strike up a conversation with a stranger who's dressed better than you.
What year was this article written?
This is now. This is MIT funded this study.
Weird. Like all the rich people I know are hanging out at like Louis in Richmond Richmond Heights. They're
Or
not-
going to any guns for happy hour.
Right.
No, but they say that
This is
the
a very-
most socioeconomically diverse places in America are affordable chain restaurants. They have the largest positive impact on cross-class encounters through both scale and their diversity of visitors.
Being somebody that goes to a ton of different cities, has been in every major city in this country, I can totally see this being reasonable. And I hate to say this because I love it here. Obviously, I've chosen to be here. I love this town. This is one of the most segregated towns, most segregated cities in the country. Not just by race,
And not just by race.
but by socioeconomic stuff. And there's not a lot of neighborhoods that you're going to see this kind of cross stuff.
Well,
happening.
and thus the question of what high school did you go to? And listen, it took me a little while to kind of realize that somebody's asking you that question to figure out how you grew up.
Yeah, the
like
class system.
what's your socioeconomic status?
Yes, this is a very separated place. And you're talking about chain places that would otherwise be in like Clayton. Like if you're in Clayton, you're gonna sit next to somebody that's much more successful than you and that kind of stuff. But why are you in Clayton unless you're not one of those folks? You know what I'm saying? Whereas in other bigger cities, there's a lot more overlap where you might find yourself at an Applebee's with a lot of different style people.
Well, there's also the traveling business person who is looking for a place to eat, and it's right by the hotel, so he stops into the Applebee's and pulls up a seat at the bar.
Yeah, and we have not developed that type of thing around our airport either.
Maybe we need to start hanging out at the Applebee's at the Drury.
Well, no, they're different. If you're in town on business, let's say you have a meeting out in Chesterfield, at Bear. You're staying at the DoubleTree over there. Yeah, there are places around there where you could, hop in for a drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are a couple chain restaurants in the area where it's at least what you're getting. Like Applebee's and TGI Fridays is the same here as it is in Toledo.
Yeah.
So it does make sense.
I know what you're saying.
It does make sense. Today is International Women's Day.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Today's the
for
day.
acknowledging it.
Today's the day. Sorry, I didn't get you anything.
That's okay.
But I did get you
Are
this
you a
stuff.
national woman?
Yes.
Today's your day.
Today's your
American
day.
woman.
Now,
Love
it could
the
be,
world.
I got you this study. It could be hard to close off the world for even a couple minutes, especially with smartphones. So where do you sneak away for a little me time when needed to clear your mind? Where do you sneak away to?
Does like a walk count? I go walking.
For sure.
Sure. In a new poll, 52% of young women between the ages of 19 and 35 said taking showers is the only me time they get in a given day.
I bet. Lots of moms, I feel like that's the only time that moms get.
And in the shower is where they could process their stressors, their emotions, the ups and downs of daily life.
Remember the 80s and 90s? They used to tell us basically like the magazines and the guns and ammo magazines in the bathroom was for dad's me time because dad would go in there and sit
Going
on
to the
toilet.
office.
Oh,
Yeah, and sit on the toilet for
Go to
15
the
minutes
office.
to get away from everyone else.
Now, to be clear, me time is just general alone time.
Right.
To think and stuff. That's all really. Yeah, going to the office.
Yeah.
I'd say bath too, not just a shower.
I don't bathe.
My wife has the bath. Yeah, she I'll look around and be like, man, I haven't heard from her in a while. What the heck is going on? Oh, it must have been some me time.
It's me time.
She's in the bath.
And 79% of women said they're in need of more me time right now. The women said they get bogged down by finances and work and family stuff, and the alone time in the shower allows them to let their random thoughts roam, reflect on the day, think about memories. And maybe we should help each other prioritize finding personal, unplugged time for women and men.
Sure.
Let's not this just be a women thing. That can involve personal care, just general rest. It's good for your mental health and maybe conserves water too. I don't know.
I go to the mall. I go to World Market. That's like when I really just want to kind of get lost in my thoughts. Spend some money.
To Rome?
Yeah.
Rome and shop.
Record stores. Used to do that more often.
Tell you what.
By yourself.
Yeah.
If you're looking for something to invest in salt. Bath salts. Because my wife will keep
Not like the drugs, but yeah, we buy those bath salts
Oh my gosh, dude. My
wife goes to Costco and buys them.
Bucket. Dude.
Yeah.
My wife goes through so much of that stuff. It's crazy.
The Epsom salt.
Yeah, whatever it is. Purple bag.
Dr. Teal's.
Dr. Teal's. That's what my wife buys. Buy like 20 every time she comes back from Costco, she got like 50 pounds of Epsom salt.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm just gonna soak. Okay.
Tim puts it in his ice bath too when he does the ice plunge.
Oh yeah? I bet that feels good.
Well, this happened to me the other day, and I wanted to talk about this. Let's be honest. Listen, we're all imperfect members of society. Now, for every pet peeve you have about, something somebody else does, you are probably annoying somebody else without even realizing it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, radio's not the greatest neighbor. I always yell at her. I'm always opening the door going, hey, you're a terrible neighbor right now. What are you thinking? We had this conversation before you came out here. Stop barking. It's 8:30.
I took my daughter to the mall, and escalator etiquette.
What?
Oh, boy.
Escalator etiquette is a thing I think lacking in society.
You mean stand on the right, pass on the left?
Not just that, is once you get to the top, you got to clear out of the landing area.
Yes, keep pace. Make haste.
I found on 2 occasions at the West County Mall, going from the first floor to the second floor, twice at the top metal landing area, people stopped to look at their phones. Stopped right there.
That's when old man Rizz comes out. You said something, didn't you?
I just did it. Come on. I did it once.
Come on.
Come on.
Because the first time it happened, I kind of like shimmied around. And then the second time, I'm like, come on. There's a thread online about things people do or say without realizing how rude they are. And do you agree or are you guilty of any of these things? Do you listen to anything in public with the volume turned up? And is that rude?
My car, I listen to my music loud still.
Do you turn your volume down when you pull up the lights?
Yes.
I 100% do.
I do as well.
If
Even
I have
if
the
the
windows
windows are
open,
up.
I 100% do.
Even if the windows are
Yeah.
up, because you can hear that stuff through the door.
Not when the windows are up. But when the windows are down, and it's like a nice spring day, and I'm rocking Foreigner, I'll turn it down at a light.
Yeah. I don't want to make anybody nervous. Like, they look at me, they're like, she's a little psycho. I'm listening to my death metal. I don't want to freak out anybody.
I just don't want to draw attention to myself.
Yeah, me neither. And a lot of times I'm listening to podcasts, and I don't know what these people are going to say sometimes. And it's
Okay, so you don't do that?
if I'm listening to Time Suck or something like
Yeah.
that, you can't be blasting that stuff.
Do you listen to anything in public with the volume turned up? Yes, in my car, but I do turn it down.
If you turn it down, I don't consider that listening to anything in public. You're cool. We're talking about those folks that are going through, blasting Spotify in a grocery store.
Right.
I've not seen that.
What are you thinking?
Or speakerphone.
Speakerphone,
Yeah.
yes, I've
Drives
seen
me
that.
What are you
absolutely
thinking?
crazy.
Like
It is rude.
you had to make this thought. This was not just like, oops, I didn't think about it. Like you thought about it. Am I right?
Yeah.
You thought about this. You've been in the grocery store before.
Yeah, you don't
grew
care.
up
You're the
on
main
this
character.
planet.
Yep.
I'm the main character again. Okay, so it is rude. We don't do that stuff. Parking a shopping cart in the middle of the aisle, even temporarily, so that others can't pass.
I'm very cognizant of that.
I am too. It's happened, and I would go, oh my God, I'm sorry.
Right. Or I'm like, push me out of the way, if I got something in my hands or something.
Nah.
Because that drives me crazy. When I go to Target and people, mainly women, I'm going to throw us under the bus, mainly women just acting like they rule the store.
Will you move their cart for
I
them?
will.
Or
Yeah.
will you say, I'm moving it?
I'll say, excuse me, and then I will for sure.
Will you move it without
it.
telling them?
Yeah,
I will.
I will too.
You'll touch something if there's a person there?
Not if there's a person there.
No, I'll touch the other end.
I'll touch the other end.
Yeah.
I won't touch the end with the purse on it.
That makes me nervous.
I won't touch the end. I won't touch the end with a purse on it. I will walk. So if their purse is, first of all, that's stupid.
Right.
Yeah, I know, but
You're
it happens
inviting
every day.
You're inviting people to come rob you. That's one thing. I will go to the other end to the front of the cart and move it.
I don't want any psycho or setup trying to accuse me of anything. Once there's a person there, I'm like, cool, 5-foot buffer. You can't even catch me close to that thing.
Well, what if you go, excuse me?
I just go, hey.
What if they're not hearing you?
I'm on a timer.
You're gonna back out?
To be honest, I'll probably just leave.
You're gonna back out?
I'm just gonna leave.
I've
They
done
win.
that too, though.
Terrorists win.
Yeah, you're right.
Terrorists win.
You're right. I don't want it.
It's a situation by situation basis for me.
No, I'm moving your cart.
First of all, if I'm in the grocery store, I don't want to be there. I'm trying to get out as fast as I can. In fact, I'm trying not to get a cart because then I know I'll start buying stuff I don't want. So I'm trying to do my arms are my cart, and if I go over, well, I suffer. So, I'm trying to carry things and all that, and Oreos and I forgot about these, and I'm trying to get out of there without doing my I know me.
Hey, back to the listening to anything in public with the volume turned up. Tony brings up a good point here. People playing videos at the airport with the volume up, not just music.
Yeah.
I have seen that a lot. Like YouTube videos, if you don't have earbuds in, at an extremely high volume.
Right.
That happens a lot.
So annoying.
All right, these are common things people do that they don't realize that's actually rude. Okay, here's the escalator situation. So stepping off a busy escalator and then stopping to look around or look at your phone so others have to awkwardly get off. Now, this is what happened to me. So they're awkwardly trying to get off while trying to avoid running into you. Mm-hmm. This also seems to happen with moving walkways at airports.
Oh, yeah.
A lot.
We just need to refresh. If you're going to be stationary, you stand to the right and you allow people to pass on the left for escalators and the moving sidewalks.
I've noticed, St. Louis doesn't, we like standing on escalators.
I know.
Even at the
walk
malls,
up.
like nobody ever passes.
So does everybody. It's not just St. Louis. It's everywhere.
Wrong. Any of those airports?
Airports, I move.
Any airports, any subways, any of that kind of stuff, people are flying left.
Stand to the right.
Stand right.
Stand to the right, move to the left.
Yeah, but I don't see anybody even try. I'm telling you, I don't think most St. Louisans even understand that, hey, you can use these as stairs
Also,
and
we're
double
now,
your pace here.
We're now a lot fatter where there is no room for two.
Did you talking about St. Louis or we
For everybody.
as a planet?
As a planet.
I'm just saying, like,
we're a lot girthier where we were once able to stand on the right.
Right, they need to make
pass
them
on the
bigger.
left.
I don't think I ever even saw
We
or
need to widen out the
considered
escalators.
moving.
Fat asses.
I don't think I ever saw or considered moving on an escalator until I saw somebody do it outside of this town. This is not a passing on the escalator.
Oh, there are even signs at some airports like stand to the right, move to the left.
I know. I guarantee you there's a lot of listenership that hasn't left this town and has thought, like, wow, why would you walk on an escalator? It's already taking you.
Yeah,
there.
the stairs are moving for you.
I won't do it. If somebody's ahead of me, like, 10 steps ahead of me, I'll be stationary. But if it's a go, I'll walk up that damn thing.
If I see this is a walking escalator and other people doing it, I'll go.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't want to move.
Sometimes it is fun to just ride it. I get it.
Sometimes I don't want to move. All right, so if somebody declines alcohol or drugs instead of partaking, the disappointing look. Or asking them why they're not drinking or smoking. That's pretty rude.
Yeah, because a lot of people are sober and...
As you get older, that stops. Although, sometimes if I'm out with the fellas.
Mm-hmm. Can we just take a moment to appreciate a good escalator? It's basically a really slow motion portal. I mean, it's what we all envisioned in Star Trek days when we were like...
No, we envisioned the Star Trek days walking in front of a door and the door opening.
And a hologram.
And that's happening too.
And that's yes.
But I mean, escalators are just slow motion portals. When you're a kid, you realize that. You step on your first escalator and you're like, wow, I won't do anything and I will appear over there.
It makes me feel like I'm in the 80s, to be real.
Escalators?
Yeah. I'm always like, oh, I'm in a John Hughes movie right now. That's how I feel. I don't feel like I'm in the future. I feel like I'm in the past.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I like that take.
Again, so we'll go back to this one. So if the common things people do, they don't realize is actually rude. So if somebody declines alcohol or drugs, insisting they partake, looking disappointed, or asking them, why are you not drinking? Mm-hmm. Yeah, true. I'll admit I've done that before.
Asking people why they're not drinking?
Yeah.
Super rude.
I know it's rude.
You guys have no clue, though. As a woman of childbearing age, when people are like, oh, you're not drinking? Is everything, what's going on with you? People think that you're pregnant.
I may have done it at Rizz Show Live in your dressing room.
To who?
You said that today? Or this year? Recently?
Oh, yeah. You asked somebody if they wanted a shot of tequila, and they go,
Oh.
nah. And I go, come on.
Oh, okay.
Why aren't you drinking?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the pregnant thing.
Yeah, I thought you
No.
did too.
God, no.
Oh,
Like-
gee whiz, man.
No.
I'd never.
No, I've
that?
done the, why, come on, have a drink. And I insist. I've done that before. I'm guilty of it. I know it's rude.
That's party Rizz, though. That's when people
Party
are usually in a
Rizz.
good...
Yeah.
They're not trying to be rude. They're just in a good mood, and they want everybody to be on their level.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know?
yeah. Party,
It is rude. It is rude.
Party Moon used to get yelled at by Rizz when he would want to leave. And I'd be like, oh, come on, you should stick around. He'd like, stop telling me to stick around. Like, remember, you would always be like,
Yeah.
I want to go when I want to go. Trying to stop making me
Party
party,
Rizz is
Moon.
fun. And, Party Rizz sometimes is rude. And I'll admit that. And I do turn to that guy every once in a while, going, oh, man, you're not drinking? Puss.
I'm the worst because I will then start... I'll be like, all right. Like, I cave into the peer pressure, especially with drinking, because I want to have a good time.
Yeah. Nothing is more rude than people saying, why aren't you having a drink? You're like, oh, well, I don't drink anymore, or I'm sober, or something like that. And then they say this, I won't tell anybody.
Oh, no, I won't
yeah,
do that.
Sucks.
Oh, yeah.
I won't do that.
That's enabling.
I heard that.
No, I won't
heard
do
that
that. I
a
won't do
couple
that.
times.
I
and
won't
you're
do that. And I
"Whoa,
won't,
dude."
push beyond, like, if they got to say no 6 times.
I won't push to 7.
At Rizz Show Live, Mark from Greek Fire came into my dressing room, and I was like, oh, you want some tequila? And he's like, sure. And so I was like, oh, I just did a shot, so I'm not going to do one with you. And then, Clownvis came in, and I was like, do you want some tequila? And he was like, yeah. And I'm like, all right. I'm like, Mark, let's do a shot. Like, I couldn't
You
pass
couldn't
up,
watch people do
two
it?
cool guys. I was like, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, I think it was my buddy Jeremy who was like, and I'm like, come on.
And then he just started going.
And he started going, and here's the funny thing. I don't think I even had a shot.
Oh, you pressured somebody.
I pressured somebody else, and I didn't even take a shot.
Oh, man, what a move. Wow, King Rizz. Good to be king.
All right, rude. Letting your dog jump on somebody else.
Letting your dog. Yeah. I mean, not making an attempt to stop such things, right?
Yeah.
This is me. I get that, but I also love dogs so much that when dogs do jump on me, I never find it
Not
rude.
everybody does.
I know.
Depends on the dog.
But I never, I went to Par Bar after Rizz Show Live, and some guy had this really cute pit bull sitting in there with him, and it was really cute, and she jumped up on me and stuff, and he was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm like, no, I love this. The interaction is
Well,
fun.
yeah, so.
Yeah, but it's nice of him to
It's
make
not
the
saying to
attempt.
acknowledge, like, oh my God, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's. It depends on the dog, man. There's certain breeds, and I'm not going to say them because you guys are all haters out there. Every time somebody says anything about your breed, they're lickers, and if it's a dog that jumps up and starts licking, come on, man.
No, I don't want a dog. I don't really want a strange dog jumping on me either.
I don't mind it. As long as they're not
No,
smelly.
I mind it.
I just don't want to be slabbered unless I volunteered. If I'm going to the dog,
Yeah, if I get down on the oh yeah, cool, let me pet the dog, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't want a dog jumping on me. And my dogs are, new dog's a jumper. Mm-hmm. Like if somebody comes to the house after she gets done growling at them and intimidating them, she will jump on them.
for fun, play, licking.
No, to
what?
kill them.
Oh,
No. Once she gets to know you, if she gets to know you, she'll jump on you to love on you. And I'm like, oh no, don't do that.
right.
Don't do that. It's rude. All right, asking a newly married couple if they plan to have kids, rude.
Yeah,
I would
super
never do
rude.
that.
I get it comes from a place of love, but it is rude.
It is rude. Also, asking a couple if and when they're planning on getting married,
Rude.
also rude.
Stay out of your business.
Which one's more rude there?
I think the kids.
No
Yeah.
way. I think the married thing.
It's both kind of equal to me, I guess. A lot of people aren't getting married. A lot of people are not going to have kids. So, and they want to be.
But I think it's natural to assume that is a part of the progression and to be curious. And
I
to
think
ask.
the
I don't
kids
think
thing is more rude because then you're. In my mind, it's like, what if they're trying to have kids and they can't? And I don't want to bring that up.
Yeah, I understand.
Sure.
Listen, my mom talks about that to great lengths.
Yeah, what if they're having?
That's why I'm adopted.
What if
thank
they're
goodness.
having? Yeah, what if they're having conception problems? I would never ask that because that could drum up some bad feelings or sorrow or sadness, and I don't want to deal with that.
Well, then, if you have
It really
that,
comes back. It really comes down to me not wanting to deal with somebody
I don't
else's.
want to deal with that.
That's going to open up a conversation that I don't want to really get into. Now, as somebody who has been on the other end of when are you guys plan on getting married, that sucks.
Yeah, that does suck. Well, because that, I don't know. And I'm looking up, and they're talking about Arch Madness here in basketball. And I know a lot of tall people that feel the exact same and with some pretty intense feelings about people that always ask them, oh, hey, oh, look at you. You're 6'6". You play basketball?
Right.
Like every tall person that doesn't play basketball is pissed that they're tall and everyone assumes they play basketball.
Oh, they'll get over it. They'll get over that. Stop it.
My son has a friend.
That's not a bad one.
This kid is a statue. He's like 6'5", 200-something pounds. He's a big boy. And my son is still upset with my mother for being the first question going, oh, hey, nice to meet you. Wow, you play football? And he hates football. This kid hates football. And he's been hearing for the last 5 years of his life, half of his life dang near, like, hey, do you play football? You should play football. You should play
Well, maybe you should
football.
play football.
Well, he hates hearing.
Maybe you should play football.
He hates hearing people ask him about it.
Maybe he should play basketball if he's, 6'7", 6'8".
So it's rude to ask a couple if they're planning on getting married. But it's not rude to ask a tall person, do they play basketball?
No,
or a giant
I don't
person
think
if
so
they
at
play
all.
football.
No, I don't
It's the
think
same
so at
thing,
all.
is it not?
It's kind of the same.
It's a natural assumption of how the world works, or at least our world works. So if one's rude, they're all rude.
Well, it's an indirect compliment. You're saying, oh, you're tall. You would probably be really good at basketball. Or you guys are been in love and dating a long time. We'd love to see you get married.
Yeah, you look
it's
like
like
a
a
cute married
compliment, but it's taken personally in a different way.
Maureen's got a good one. Rude question to lesbians. Which one of you is the guy?
Yeah, that is rude.
Oh, my gosh.
Man.
You got to
We
really
can both be
commit if you're going to
fans.
ask something like that. You got to be really committed to your character.
Yeah.
All right, rude, and a lot of people do this, looking at your phone while somebody's talking to you. Looking at your phone while somebody's talking to you.
Sometimes you just gotta do it, and I feel bad in the moment, but I always say, like, excuse me. I try to do that at least. Excuse me for 1 second,
Yeah, I'm in the middle of this Candy Crush game.
But
And you come over to talk to me? I don't like to pause.
But people look down at their phone, they get a text or something. That doesn't bother me. I get it. We're very, fast paced. We got to know every little notification. We got to check on things.
I know. That's why I stopped wearing the Apple Watch.
Yeah. That's why I
Need
still
to
have mine on.
unplug. Need to unplug. Well, you need to check your heart rate every 3 seconds.
I do.
Also, things people do they don't realize is actually rude. Saying no offense is often followed by something very offensive.
So you're setting
That's
up
one
something bad.
of my favorite things. If you feel like you need a buffer, like no offense, then you probably should reconsider whatever you're going to say.
That's the Dumb and Dumber line. He goes, "You are one pathetic loser." No offense. None taken.
Yeah, if it's no offense and then whatever, you probably reconsider saying that whatever you're gonna say after the no offense. I do pick up on that. I do pick up on the no offense, but here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go. Just say it.
It has a place, right? I'm trying to think. I mean, we're all guilty of that. We've all said that in some way. And I'm sure in the moment we thought, okay, this has its place. I'm basically saying, listen, I'm trying to give you constructive criticism here. I'm trying to improve you.
Speak honestly.
Without I'm not here to cut you down.
Right. It's all about how you say it.
But how you say it usually involves hey, I mean no offense.
Right.
Blah, blah, blah. Obviously it's totally abused and used in context that probably should never be used in.
Yep.
But I guarantee you we're all guilty of this in some positive spun way in our own
Yeah.
Same thing with can I ask you a question? People always preface something kind of rude or deep. Can I ask you a question?
I love that.
I love it too.
I'm always like,
Here we go.
yeah, I cannot be
Here we
offended.
go.
So
Bring
let's see what
forth.
you do.
Oh, yeah. Stacy says, when somebody says, with all due respect. Oh, here we go.
Oh, boy.
Here we go.
With all due respect.
With all due respect.
Well, good to know you respect me.
All right, so Moon, you are gone next week for most of next week.
Yeah.
Going away spring break.
Yeah.
I mean, it is spring break time. March is spring break time.
Yes, it is. Especially remember we were just hearing about down in Miami, and they don't want you there.
They don't want you down there in Miami. They don't want you there. In fact, I believe the governor sent like the National Guard there just to kind of keep peace. It's been so out of control.
Wow. They made a PSA. Remember you were talking about.
They made a PSA.
They made
like,
a full-on
Miami's
commercial.
like, please don't come here.
Hey, we had a great relationship.
They're not messing
It's
around. But
over.
okay, so it's spring break season. That means people in coastal areas are bracing for drunken debauchery. Google Trends just released a map for the most searched spring break destinations by state, and congratulations, Miami is #1 for most of the country.
Dang.
Miami, prepare yourselves. 34 states have Miami as their top search. Like, here's where we're going to go for spring break.
You know what's crazy is I never even heard, like throughout the 90s, I never even heard of Miami being the spot because because it is so small and crammed and more expensive. People were always looking for best bang for the buck. And Miami, I never thought was on the map for that. Right? I mean, unless you had money, like Miami.
I always thought it was like the rich people, like yuppie.
Yeah, Miami's for the 25-year-old rich kid from the East Coast or something. St. Louisans and all this. We're looking for Fort Lauderdale or
Fort Lauderdale was #2.
You know what I mean? Like
seven more have Fort Lauderdale as their #1.
Give me something that looks like a bar in Defiance, but on a beach.
4 states are looking into South Padre Island, Texas, and 2 states are prioritizing Myrtle Beach, which is lovely. Now, 3 states has unique picks. Idaho is searching for Puerto Vallarta in Mexico. Utah is searching for Mexico's Playa del Carmen. Connecticut searching for Punta Cana in Dominican Republic. Now, a separate report analyzed the worst airports for spring break travel, particularly for delayed and canceled flights during this time. And maybe not coincidentally, they include some of those popular domestic destinations. Fort Lauderdale is the worst. Followed by Vegas, Orlando, Baltimore, Chicago, Miami, Newark, Dallas, Denver, and New York City.
Yes.
The best airport for spring break, congratulations, Pittsburgh, because
nobody.
That's great news if you and your besties are planning to get lit in the Steel City this year. Because
nobody wants to go there.
Dallas-Fort Worth, I came back from Mexico one time, and I was completely annihilated, and I was lying on the cold floor of the Dallas-Fort Worth airport.
Nice.
I was so drunk.
That's
and
all
so
tile.
hungover at the same time. It was terrible. Oh,
that's all tile.
All tile. I just needed the cold, gross, germ-filled floor on my face and my body, and it was awful.
Good food options. You were probably near a Dallas Cowboys store.
And by the way, Adam brings a great point on the instant feedback. If you're not going to Miami, you're going to Fort Lauderdale, that's going to be a nightmare too.
Yeah, because that's the runner-up, right? So everybody's going there instead.
And the airports are not too far from each other.
Report back. We need stories.
That's where the in-laws are. Like that area.
What's the East Coast? I'm sorry. What's the Gulf Fort? Is that Fort Myers?
Fort Myers is on the. Is it on the Gulf side?
Yeah.
Fort Lauderdale's on the
Atlantic side.
Fort Myers and Sanibel are on the east side of. Right?
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. That one's pretty.
Wait,
Hoosier.
Fort Myers is on the Gulf side.
The Gulf side.
I thought so. That one's
Which would be
pretty,
the west side.
That one's pretty Hoosier as well. They got a couple Hoosier.
Oh, the
bars.
west. Yeah, you're right. Getting my geography.
Again, I'm getting through my my Friday leftovers here. Did you have a donut this morning? Anybody who had a donut or a bagel or something?
No.
This might be hard news, but you're a little uglier than when you woke up.
Okay.
A study in France found refined carbohydrates make us noticeably less attractive within 2 hours of eating them. This includes donuts, bagels, pancakes, muffins, white bread, and sugary cereals. Makes you uglier. Researchers had volunteers rate how attractive people's faces were before and after they had breakfast. Some ate quote-unquote healthy foods, and others ate things that were carb-heavy. The people who ate carbs were seen as significantly less attractive 2 hours later.
Dang.
They're not sure why, but it was true for men and women.
Say that again. The people that ate carbs were
The
significantly.
people who ate carbs were seen as significantly less attractive 2 hours later.
Wow. Hit your face that fast.
And they are not sure why. Could you tell I had a bagel this morning?
No, you look great.
Thanks, man. But I feel a little uglier and a little fatter.
Hey, back to the beaches just for a second. You mentioned Punta Cana. I will say, the beaches there are much better than most beaches.
Oh, Punta Cana is. I mean, we're going in May.
Those beaches are incredible. My kids, all of us. I don't even like beaches for the most part because I'm just like, okay, cool, I'm over this. That was like the best beach experience I think I've ever had anywhere other than Hawaii.
Punta Cana is great.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Love it.
Much longer flight, but much better beach.
Nice beach. And finally, Google took another look at the top who, what, when, where, and why questions we Googled last month. Mm-hmm. So here's a quick look back at what America was Googling in February. Number one was, who the F did I marry? Do you know why?
That was that
That's that TikTok series.
Right.
A TikTok series with the name blew up last month. It's a woman telling the story of how she married a pathological liar.
Who had 2 families, right?
A wild story. Last month we Googled what time is the Super Bowl, which it started at 5:30 St. Louis time, ran longer than usual. Remember the Chiefs beat the Niners 25-22 in overtime? Remember that?
I remember.
The third thing we Googled most last month was when will AT&T service be restored? Remember AT&T went down on the 22nd?
Yeah.
Lasted almost 12 hours for some people.
A half a day. A half a day without our service, and we freaked out where it made a top search.
Then there was more outrage when AT&T said we'll be giving everybody $5.
Yeah.
Outrage.
Thanks a lot.
Outrage.
For free stuff.
The fourth most Google thing we searched last month was, where is Kate Middleton?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Didn't she have a surgery or something?
She's been recovering from abdominal surgery. Rumors swirled that there might be more to the story, like maybe she was missing. But those got put to bed on Monday when she was spotted driving around with her mom. And number 5 is, why is gas going up? The national average rose 21 cents last month, up to $3.31 a gallon. But that's not too crazy this time of year. It's a supply and demand thing. You know, we're starting to get, start spring break season. Then prices rise even more at gas stations when they switch over to the higher grade, quote unquote, summer blend. Mm-hmm. That costs more to make. So that's what we Googled last month. And now you guys pretty much know everything. So good. All right, your Team Rizz Member of the Day is brought to you by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill. St. Louis is home for Blues hockey. From St. Charles, Missouri, Jonathan Wiley is our Team Rizz Member of the Day. Jonathan has been a loyal Rizz Show listener since 2014, has attended many Rizz Show events over the years. So he's an OG. 2014 is when the show started, 10 years. Never missed a minute of the show over the years thanks to the podcast, and he looks forward to joining the Pork Steak Army so he could finally meet Rafe.
Aw.
Jonathan loves Matchup with Moon because he likes to play along with the guys, and he loves listening to everyone's frustration with the contestants during Password. All right, Jonathan Wiley from St. Charles is our Team Rizz Member of the Day. Get super sweet Team Rizz Member of the Day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/Team Rizz. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back. First thing we'll do is we'll crown the official Craigslist Freak of the Week. Then we'll get into crap on celebrities. But even before that, and I love this list I found this morning. And this is from Loudwire, which I do like that website, Loudwire. The 25 essential rock and metal albums of the 90s to pass on to your kids.
Nice.
25.
So the top 25 essential rock and metal albums of the 90s that you should be passing on to your children. And whoever wrote this, I love them.
I can't wait.
This is right up my alley. All right, it's 7:06. It's Friday. Traffic and weather. First look. It's the Rizz Show presented with the Fast Lane. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. The biggest race of 2024 is Sunday, June 2nd. Time to lock in those NASCAR Cup Series tickets now at www.raceway.com. We got a right lane block due to a crash 64 eastbound at exit 11. That's Missouri Research Park Circle. There's also a lane block due to an incident 44 northbound at 270. And we have a lane blocked. Oop, never mind. That one just cleared. Awesome. Your point forecast, periods of rain, high of 63. Right now it is 55 at the Point Studio.
Happy birthday, Rizz.
All right, welcome back to the Rizz Show. Phone number 314-624-3833, 618-398-3833. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams, 1057thepoint.com/Rizz. The socials at RIZZ Show. Your emails, RizzShow1057thepoint.com. Instant feedback through the 1057 The Point mobile app. All right, we got your Friday fail stories coming up. We have plenty of fail stories. A lot of people not achieving their goals this week. And, man, the last one is a doozy.
Oh, wow.
I love how you put that. People not achieving their goals.
And we appreciate that. And without that, we wouldn't have a segment. And there's never a shortage of stories.
Mainly from Florida, where you want to retire. So that's
We are Headline Hooshe, mostly from Florida. We're all over the place this week.
Oh, good.
Don't you diss Florida?
I think
Don't
I
you
don't
diss
want
Florida?
Florida to have you. To be honest, there's too much crazy in Florida, and they own it, and good on them.
They do.
So,
We needed a little crazy here. Just stay here.
Well, also, we'll give away some fabulous prizes today. We'll play a game called Fake News or Florida. You want to get crazy?
you wanna
We'll get
nuts?
crazy.
Yeah, let's do it.
We'll get crazy. Right now, it's time to crown the official Craigslist Freak of the Week. So yesterday we had 3 brand new ads for you. Lern read them. You guys named them. And overnight, you voted on them. Now, of the 3, 1 will move on to the Freak of the Year playoffs. And we thank you for your votes. And here's how it all shook out. Lern will read the winner if you missed it. Coming in third place with 9.9% of your vote, it was the first ad read yesterday. Somebody we called Forrest Jump.
Yeah, this guy wanted a hairy bear. He wanted a lot of hairy bears to jump him. Gang style, a gang initiation style.
Yeah.
Wanted his ass kicked. And I think he just wants a violent orgy, basically. He's setting it up.
Well,
as a
basically-
gang initiation.
Basically says, at the end of it all, I want to be left naked, bruised, and bleeding.
Yeah.
And hey, if you guys want to come up and help nurse me back to health, fine. No big deal if you don't. You can just be on your way.
No judgment either way.
I'm not cool enough to be in a gang, but I love the idea and turned on by gang initiation. So, Forrest Jump, sorry, 9.9% of your vote. Here is your runner-up with 26.8% of your vote. It was Lady in the Gramp.
This guy says his clock is ticking, and he's looking to start a relationship right away. He's an old guy looking to drain his bank account for the right granddaughter. Yes, things are going to get sexual.
Possibly.
He may ask you to serve him. It won't be a regular occurrence, though. He has a lot of fun toys to use. You got to have very large breasts and a thin waist. And you have to make it believable that you're his granddaughter.
Right.
Like, dark complexions are okay, just not too dark.
Which I think that was a bit much.
He's going to give you
think
fancy
so?
jewelry,
Yeah.
designer clothes,
Well, the man wants what he wants.
trips. Money's not an issue.
There's plenty of
The man
people
wants
who
what he wants.
are
He's
in
turned on
families
by
and
certain things. Okay. He didn't make it. He's not the Freak of the Week, Lady in the Gramp. But, ladies and gentlemen, the official Craigslist Freak of the Week with 63.4% of your vote. It was nominee number 2, Merle Baggard.
Bag me, daddy. Straight man for man, 54 years old, Toronto. I'm looking for a guy, but that doesn't make me gay. I'm a 54-year-old man that likes to take things to the edge. I want to be gagged and bagged, as in put a bag over my head and help me pass out. This is not permission to kill me, only to help me get to my climax forcefully. I'm as straight as an arrow and would normally be looking for a woman to do this, but I found in my travels that women just don't have the stomach nor the strength for it. Listen, guys, you don't have to do anything to my body. This is you strictly putting a bag over my head and holding it as I struggle to breathe, Joe, and then pass out. I usually wake up within 5 to 10 minutes, and I'll be ready for round 2. If you have good upper body strength, that's a plus. I'll try to pull you off, but you're going to have to hang tough. Put bag in the subject line when you get back to me. No police.
There you go. Congratulations to Merle Baggard, our official Craigslist Freak of the Week. Moving on to the Freak of the Year playoffs. And thank you for all your votes. Wonderful. Wonderful.
Outstanding.
We'll do it
You did
again
it.
next week. Merle Baggard. Great name.
So many freaks.
So many freaks. Yeah, never
Never enough time.
a shortage of freaks around the world.
Those are all great names.
All right, so this is from Loudwire magazine. Listen, I'm a child of the 90s. I love 90s music. I still listen to 90s
Same.
music. Like the majority of my car listening is to 90s music. Whether it be Pearl Jam, whether it be Alice in Chains, whether it be Soundgarden, whether it be Nirvana, whether it be Metallica.
Best bands.
All the best, with Jane's Addiction. Whether it be Tool or Tom Petty, 90s Tom Petty, Wildflowers. Man, what a great record.
Yeah.
That's a 90s record. So Loudwire magazine, they had an article. What rock and metal albums from the 90s would you and should you pass down to your kids? And for the author, personal tastes factored into the picks. I could have been the author of this.
Oh, great.
I could have been the author of this particular article because this is everything I love. So personal taste factored into the picks. He says, as did a desire to pass on a broad swath of 90s rock and metal to provide a diverse sampling of music. So these are the albums you should be passing down to your kids.
I like that they're focusing. Well, first of all, if it's alternative and rock of the 90s, diverse is the single word to use for 90s alternative. It was the coolest time in radio because you could turn on the point and you would hear Rage Against the Machine 1 minute, PJ Harvey the next, Soundgarden the next, Bjork the next. It was the greatest freaking time.
Oh, yeah.
And it was and that was not only okay, it was amazing.
It was amazing.
And the same guy was going to Street Side Records and buying Bjork and Rage Against the Machine in the same purchase. Yep. And that is a time that I think has been lost. I think we've kind of narrowed ourselves in a weird way. Now we have more options, we have more access to music and all that kind of stuff, yet people are listening to like one or two things. Or am I missing it?
I don't know. I feel like my music tastes are more diverse now than they were in the 90s. Like I love 90s hip hop and 90s alternative equally at that time.
There is no hip hop here.
Right. This is just alternative.
This is just alternative rock metal.
Yeah.
I'm saying a 16-year-old now.
Sure. I think they're more streamlined.
94.
So the of the moment record for the 90s that should be handed down to your kids is Nevermind from Nirvana.
Sure.
I mean, that was their number one. And the author says you can't tell the story of the 90s without Nirvana's Nevermind, which changed everything in the world of rock seemingly overnight. I get that. Metal goes mainstream. Metallica's Black Album, 1991.
Yeah, I have Black Album on my list.
Frat rock. F-R-A-T-R-O-C-K.
Like Limp Bizkit?
No.
Frat rock. What do they consider frat rock?
In my mind, it would be like Dave Matthews Band.
Oh, okay.
Under the Table and Dreaming, which what I said. But in this article, it said Hootie and the Blowfish, Crack Rear View from 94. Great record. That's Hold My Hand and Only Want to Be With You. That's a really good record.
Yeah.
So frat rock, Hootie and the Blowfish, Crack Rear View. Art rock.
Sneaker Pimps. Is Sneaker Pimps on that list?
No.
Like Becoming
It's
X?
going to be like Radiohead.
Radiohead, OK Computer.
And Flaming Lips.
Radiohead's OK Computer. I will say that there's no like fringe bands on here. There's no like Rolling Stone magazine,
right.
band I've never heard of. These are all bands and records that we've all heard of. So for art rock of the 90s, hand down OK Computer to your kids from Radiohead 1997. Female led.
No doubt.
Yeah, no doubt. Tragic Kingdom.
You got to pick one. Female led rock album to hand down to your kids.
I mean, it is Tragic Kingdom.
Nope. I agree with this.
The album is great.
Alanis, Jagged Little Pill.
Oh, Alanis, Jagged Little Pill. Yeah, duh.
I agree.
1995.
I was thinking of bands. You said female led rather than like, I mean, I know it's
female led album.
Okay.
Jagged Little Pill. Grunge Gods.
Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness.
That does get a mention, but not in this. Pearl Jam's 10.
Yeah, for sure.
Duh. 91, right?
91. If Nirvana gets most of the credit for the 91 grunge explosion, Pearl Jam should be a solid 1B. The Voice. The Voice. Who's the voice of 90s rock? Who's got the best voice?
Sinead O'Connor?
Nope.
Are they going to say Soundgarden?
Soundgarden, Super Unknown.
Okay.
Soundgarden, Super Unknown for The Voice to hand down to the kids. Took a little longer for Soundgarden to catch the fire that everybody else in Seattle did. But 1994's Super Unknown, which came out actually today, back in 94, proved to be their masterpiece, led by Chris Cornell. Double down on the grunge. Alice in Chains Dirt.
Of course.
Alice in Chains Dirt. They said if the 80s had the thrash big four, Metallica, Megadeth, Anthrax, and Slayer, then the 90s had their big four. Grunge. Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains, Soundgarden.
Yeah.
And with Alice in Chains, you get 2 vocalists for the price of 1. Because Jared Cantrell is amazing on Dirt.
Harmonizing of those 2 guys. Even with William Duvall, Jerry Cantrell can still crank them out.
All right, hard rock record for the 90s. Hard rock.
AC/DC?
Nope.
Hard rock.
Hard rock.
Rage.
Nope.
Bad Company.
Guns N' Roses, Use Your Illusion.
Yeah.
1 and 2, they'll put as 1 record. 1991. I agree.
Yeah, I agree. It's interesting. I don't consider them hard rock. I don't know what I consider Guns N' Roses. They're kind of an undefinable band.
They're hard rock.
It's hair metal.
No, I wouldn't consider Guns N' Roses hair metal.
But see, that's what I mean. Like, some people would consider them hair metal. Some would consider them hard rock. Some consider metal.
Well, if you watch like the Welcome to the Jungle video, they are hair metal. But that was the scene that they came out of, the LA scene.
Okay.
They were kind of the bridge.
But if I give you 19 seconds of Welcome to the Jungle.
Yeah.
Like that's, come on, man. Those are the 2 signs of hair metal.
But that was Appetite for Destruction. But Use Your Illusion.
Not hair metal.
Use Your Illusion, both 1 and 2 were pretty hard rock records.
You know what? Now I'm thinking about it, they were the bridge from 80s hair metal to 90s grunge. They were the one that actually was the connective tissue to those 2 eras. Right, you know what I'm saying? Because they weren't. They would also
say Jane's Addiction is also the bridge, but my bias.
They're not hair metal though.
Rizzuto? I don't know.
Jane's Addiction is not a bridge. I'm sorry. They're your favorite band, and I'll.
Yeah.
They're a bridge, and I will fight you for that. All right, groove metal.
Limp Bizkit.
Groove metal. No.
Oh, groove metal. Pantera.
Pantera's Vulgar Display of Power.
Oh, yeah.
1992's.
See, now that is a band that's hard rock that used to be hair metal. They were hair metal, and then
they were hair metal when they first started. Before Cowboys from Hell, self-admitted, he used to call himself Diamond Daryl, not Dimebag, Diamond.
Yeah, they were hair metal band.
They were hair metal and would consider themselves. But then Cowboys from Hell came out, and then, Vulgar Display was, dude, even the album cover, with just a fist punching somebody in the face. So freaking cool.
Still one of the coolest album covers ever.
Extreme metal, I don't know. This is the only category I couldn't. Extreme metal. They put a band called Death.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really know much about them.
I don't know much about them either.
So Extreme Metal, Death, and their album Human from 1991. All right, Brit rock.
Oasis,
What's the Story, Morning Glory from 1995.
Not Definitely Maybe.
It was 99, 98, 97? When did that come out?
I think Definitely Maybe was that?
That was second.
It was?
I think so.
I thought that was first.
I thought that was the first one. I feel like that's
Live Forever, I think, was first.
Yeah, that was the first one that I remember on the point.
But What's the Story, Morning Glory from 95 is, dude, what a great record.
Definitely Maybe is the one that I had, and that has.
What's the Story, Morning Glory is the one with him laying on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
This one has.
That's what Loudwire says. But and listen, I could throw Definitely Maybe.
Definitely Maybe is the one laying on the ground.
Yeah, dude, it had.
That's the debut.
It had Live Forever and Supersonic on it. Cigarettes and Alcohol.
But What's the Story, Morning Glory had what? It had
Champagne
Supernova.
Okay, yeah. If you have to pick one, I guess that's the one. You're right.
Did it have Rock and Roll Star on it?
This is Definitely Maybe when he's on the floor at the bar.
That's right.
At the restaurant or in the house.
All right, Definitely Maybe. But What's the Story, Morning Glory? Even the title track is amazing.
I get it.
All right, Punk Revival. Dookie from Green Day. And remember, these are all records you got to hand down to your kids. We're kids of the 90s. What should our kids be listening to?
Yeah.
Hand all this stuff down. Punk Revival, Green Day's Dookie, 1994. Definitely give that to them. Now, the category is Ambitious Turn. And they give that to the Smashing Pumpkins, Melancholy, and the Infinite Sadness
I had
from
that
1995.
That was a dual record, and we weren't used to that.
And they said after seeing their commercial breakthrough with 1993 Siamese Dream, Smashing Pumpkins had grandiose visions of where they could take the band musically. In 95, they got the extremely ambitious double album, Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness.
Great record.
Prog metal.
Prog metal.
Tool Anima.
Yeah.
1996.
That's a winner.
Thrash Heroes, Megadeth's Rust in Pieces from 1990. Masked Chaos. Slipknot.
Yeah, I guess
Slipknot's debut in 1999.
Damn.
New Metal Pioneers.
Deftones.
Limp Bizkit.
Korn's first record, Korn.
Okay, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, if you got to pick one.
You're right. I'm not going to pass that to my kids because it just didn't age in the same way.
You could also say Follow the Leader.
Yeah, I was going to say.
You could also say Follow the Leader.
I liked the first record so much more than Follow the Leader when they came out, but Follow the Leader is a more timeless record. Hate to say that, but it's real. It's real.
All right, New Metal, Korn, alt-rock hitmakers. They put Counting Crows, August, and everything after.
That's probably right. It's either that or Dizzy Up the Girl from Goo Goo Dolls.
That's a good record,
or
too.
R.E.M.
R.E.M. Monster?
Okay, yeah, Monster, that's one with a tiger on the front, right?
It's a bear.
Oh, okay. But what's the other one? Something about time or...
Oh, Automatic for the People?
Okay, yeah, that one too. But there was one with like a yellow street sign. Out of Time?
Was that maybe the 80s?
No.
I don't know. Metal Icons, Ozzy Osbourne, No More Tears.
Oh, God, yes.
All right, here we go. Defiance Personified.
Rage Against the Machine.
Rage Against the Machine, Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, okay, so
The
not
first
Evil
record.
Empire, huh?
First record.
First one is the best one, but Evil Empire like changed. I mean, it had a oh gosh, it had a soul.
First record, 1992's debut. Goth metal, Typo Negative, Bloody Kisses, which is awesome, that record. I love that one. All right, this category is called Throw It in a Blender. Throw it in a blender. What's a million different types of music on one record?
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Red Hot Chili Peppers, Blood Sugar Sex Magic.
That
1991.
Or Aquemini from Outkast.
Outkast, but no, this is rock and metal.
Okay.
They said the 90s were great for experimentation. There were plenty of acts that refused to be defined by just one sound. At the top of the list were the Chili Peppers. They took elements of funk, psychedelic rock, hip-hop, alt-rock, managed to create the infectiously catchy sound that finally saw a commercial breakthrough with 1991's Blood Sugar Sex Magic. Near perfect record. The Artistic Abyss.
Bjork Post.
9 Inch Nails, The Downward Spiral.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Which also came out on this day in 1994.
But I see that as what do you call it? Like industrial rock or industrial metal.
And finally, they said the second act album.
U2?
Foo Fighters, The Color and the Shape.
Foo Fighters. God.
Oh, yeah. That was 96?
97. The Color and the Shape. And they said, listen, they did leave a lot of great albums off this list that were out in the 90s. They said Pearl Jam's Versus, Stone Temple Pilots' Core and Purple, Offspring Smash,
Beck's
Odelay, Blink-182's Enema of the State, R.E.M's Automatic for the People.
I had Incubus, Science, and Make Yourself. Those are both perfect records.
Yep.
Tom Petty's Wildflowers didn't make it. They even said Whole Celebrity Skin.
Weezer's Blue Album.
I had
Weezer's record.
Sublime. How do you not have that on there?
Right.
Sublime.
Have you heard that record recently, by the way?
I haven't listened to it recently, but they said, like, we couldn't put any. They did mention Sublime on here. Like,
I know you're not a huge fan, but just go play the full record on full volume. It sounds
great.
It sounds great. It sounds somehow it can actually still kind of sound new.
Even Garbage is self-titled.
Garbage they've had on here. Garbage is self-titled debut. Black Crow, Shaker Moneymaker, Jane's Addiction, Ritual de la Ritual.
Live Throwing Copper that wasn't even
Live
mentioned?
Throwing Copper. U2's Act Tongue Baby.
There's so much good music.
And Korn's Follow the Leader. All those could have easily made this list.
That's a good list.
That's a great list. Oh, the Pixies Doolittle is a great record. Oh, R.E.M. was Document. The record was Document. Document.
Yeah, Candlebox too, somebody mentioned. What a great decade.
God,
that's
right?
the one with the
Am I right?
trashy looking the real trashy looking cover.
Yeah, see if you can find the link to that Loudwire list and post it. It's good. It's a good read, too, and they put descriptions of every record and why he ranked it where he did and why he put it in the category.
I don't know this record.
Document?
Mm-mm. I don't know it.
Dude, Monster was What's Frequency, Kenneth?
Oh, wait. No, Document is the 80s. That's the End of the World as We Know It.
Yeah.
The one I love. Okay.
Automatic for the People. That may have been 80s, too.
I'm just thinking of the one with the yellow sign and then the tiger.
Yeah.
The bear or whatever.
The bear is Monster. It's a great record. All right, today is March the 8th, back in the day. 64 years ago, 1960, Marilyn Monroe won the Golden Globe for Best Actress in a Comedy for her performance in Some Like It Hot. Performance, that's right, I said.
Performance.
51 years ago, 1973, Ron Pigpen McKernan from the Grateful Dead died from stomach cancer. Oh, I'm sorry, not stomach cancer, stomach hemorrhage. Yikes. 39 years ago, 1985, the movie Mask was released, starring Eric Stoltz as Rocky Dennis and Cher as his promiscuous, drugged-out mom. 37 years ago, 1987, NBC's The A-Team airs its final episode. 31 years ago, 1993, everything changed in my life. Beavis and Butthead premiered on MTV as a series. Now, 2 shorts had aired from September to November back in 92, but 93 is when it really started. Lasted until 97. MTV brought Beavis and Butthead back for 22 more episodes in 2011, revived it again for another 12 episodes. What, 2 years ago?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it.
My wife hated it from another part of the house.
Son, I tried to watch it with my son. He did not like it.
I was cracking up, and she's like, what is happening in there?
30 years ago, as we mentioned today, 1994, Soundgarden put out Super Unknown, and 9 Inch Nails put out The Downward Spiral. Same day. 25 years ago, 1999, Joe DiMaggio dies of lung cancer at 84. 13 years ago, 2011, Alice in Chains bass player Mike Starr dies of an overdose at 44. 10 years ago, 2014, Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 with 239 people loses contact, disappears, prompting the most expensive search efforts in history. Still, haven't found it.
Wild.
The theory is the pilot put the plane down. Like, went to an area where it was in between, they call it like the Bermuda Triangle of that one area in the Indian Ocean where no radar could get it, and put the plane down. That same day, Pharrell Williams' Happy hit #1. And 8 years ago today in 2016, Beatles producer George Martin dies. He was 90. And that's what happened back in the day. All right, time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your Crap on Celebrities.
And it's brought to you by Bright House Plumbing. Call the best, flush the rest, brighthouseco.com, 636-600-0188.
Ah, dude, Prime is sailing the seas of cheese. That's another great record.
Speaking of music, Slash is going to release his first single off of his upcoming album, Orgy of the Damned, later today. It's going to be a cover of Howlin' Wolf's Killing Floor, featuring vocalist Brian Johnson from AC/DC, Steven Tyler on harmonica.
What?
This is another one of these records from Slash where, if you remember his first self-release in 2010.
I thought it was like Slash. So it's not Snake Pit?
No, it is not. This is, so he had the Snake Pit, then he came out with a solo record, a couple of those. Then he had the Conspirators.
The Conspirators with
Miles Kennedy.
Miles Kennedy, right.
And so the solo record that came out in 2010 had an array of artists guesting on that. He had people like Lemmy, Kid Rock, M. Shadows, Chris Cornell was on that record, Fergie. They guest vocaled and
okay, I do vaguely remember that.
Okay. So this is essentially another one of those records. He's going to have people like Chris Robinson, Gary Clark Jr., Billy F. Gibbons, Chris Stapleton, Iggy Pop, Paul Rogers, making songs and vocals.
This comes out today?
No, it comes out on May 17th. The first single comes out today.
Oh, okay.
And so this is going to feature, again, he's going to have Brian Johnson singing, Steven Tyler on harmonica. This is going to be cool.
Whoa.
I love that he does this. Farewell tours. We were talking a little bit about this when Kiss finally, came off the road in New York a month ago or so. Foreigner and the Eagles doing their farewell tours. Rolling Stone has compiled a list of the 15 tours that didn't stick. Kiss made the list, obviously. Elton John's Goodbye Yellow Brick Road tour. He's been on that.
He's been on that
for
farewell
like 3
tour.
years.
Yeah, dude, Slayer's got to be on that list.
Slayer's on the list.
Slayer,
Ozzy,
who announced what? 2 years ago they were breaking up.
5 years ago.
It seemed like 2 years ago.
And
Ozzy has done 8,000 farewell tours.
Ozzy. Tina Turner. She came back from the road. Obviously, she's dead now. Fish. Did a farewell tour in 2004. They came back in 2009.
Fish with a P. Aren't they playing here? They just announced a show.
Are they playing here?
I think over at Schaefer's.
I don't
saw
get
Fish
that
once.
newsletter. Oh, you did?
Yeah, I saw him New Year's.
How was it?
Not my bag, baby. That's
don't
not
think
my.
so.
That's not my thing.
Not your thing, huh?
I saw him New Year's at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
Chaffetz Arena, July 31st.
There we go.
Chaffetz Arena, July 30th, 2 nights.
And they will sell out, if not sold out already. And I will have friends from the East Coast hit me up going, hey, man, can I stay with you?
Yeah. They had a huge following.
Huge following.
Also on this list, The Who, they finished their first one in 1982, came back in 1989 with Roger Daltrey, saying Pete Townsend had changed his mind. It was their 25th anniversary, so they were celebrating that, and The Who is still touring to this day. Nine Inch Nails hung it up in 2009, returned in 2013. Cher has done this farewell thing before and came back. Motley Crue, who obviously bowed out in 2014 and even signed a contract, and then they came back in 2020. Yeah, but Slayer, LCD Sound System, Judas Priest, who's still on the road, Motley Crue. Everybody says they're leaving, and then they come back to the road.
Okay, so Fish is at the Sphere?
Fish is at the Sphere 4 days in April. Already every single seat sold out.
That's crazy.
4 days.
What band do you think should just hang it up? Like, out of the bands that are out there right now that are still trying, is there a band that sticks out in your brain that's like, just hang it up? Like, hear me out.
Okay.
Aerosmith. I want them to come back so badly. I still have my money wrapped up in Ticketmaster.
Bon Jovi.
But I feel like it's time. Bon Jovi for you?
Bon Jovi, you know.
His voice is shot.
Remember we heard stories about his last tour, Bon Jovi's tour, and it was not great. In fact, they came off the road because of his vocal problems, I believe.
Well, now Richie Sambora might be coming back. That's the speculation now, that if they tour again, that he's going to join.
You know, and okay, and there's an argument to be made for that. That would be
Who should
cool.
hang it up?
Come on, who did you show me yesterday? You showed me a video yesterday.
Oh, Motley Crue. Oh yeah, that's it, dude.
It's the time.
It's time.
You know why? And you know why it's time? It's because like I'm happy for those guys. They should be playing.
You're killing the legacy.
They should be making money. But like, there's a point where if my kid sees that, they're not even going to give your old records a chance.
Yeah, they go, Dad, you like this? Oh no, but back in the 80s, they were great.
Right, and that's not. We shouldn't have to make excuses.
Well, even with John 5 playing with them, and then now they're playing the Illinois State Fair. When you get to the State Fair level,
No, I wouldn't.
I think it's time to go.
Those guys get a ton of money to do those things. So you're saying that Keith Urban, who's playing the State Fair,
yeah, there's something about that's a big red flag
in
for
your
me.
head, but in their wallet.
No, no. Oh, they'll play wherever.
The sign for me. The sign for me is what's his face not being there and that whole thing, and then every video you see makes
it's making fun of Vince Neil singing.
It makes
it's
Vince
horrendous.
look worse, and I'm cheering for the guy. He was the first celebrity I ever saw in L.A. Like I got a special place in my heart for Vince. But come on, man, like it's hard to defend. It's hard to defend, and like or maybe take a little time to shape up. Everybody shapes up.
Yeah, like get
real
shape.
sharp. Yeah, get real sharp. I'm not saying it's gone forever.
That's whenever they stopped. Like Vince Neil got in shape, and everybody was trying to work on themselves.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he would do like solo tours, but he was I think he quit drinking for a little bit. And
okay.
So he did try. It didn't help.
Listen, I'm all for musicians trying to make a living. I want you out there, but if you're asking me this question and I have to answer it,
yes,
I would say that's probably the band that is going to hurt themselves more than help themselves.
We were talking about earlier, Super Unknown from Soundgarden is 30 years old today. When it came out in 94, debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200 album chart. You know, Chris Cornell's one of those artists that I'm so lucky that I got to see a few times, got to meet him. And I thought today, dig up some old audio of Chris Cornell talking about when that release of Super Unknown happened. So here he is talking about how it came out at the right time in their career.
Chris Cornell.
It was a band that had been together for 10 years already, even though it was just the previous 2 years that, on a commercial scale, we suddenly had a worldwide audience. So I guess in terms of the worldwide audience, we were this new band. To us, we were 10 years old. So Super Unknown was really us, by then being really comfortable in the studio and very comfortable with the experimental nature of trying out new ideas.
And as you said, he was the voice of the 90s when you think of vocals. Here he is talking about how the variety of material on Super Unknown challenged him as a vocalist.
on Super Unknown, there was a lot of variety, which probably made it really exciting. There was a lot of variety in terms of what the attitudes were from song to song. So there were a lot of different approaches, and it was probably like college for me. By the time we were done with that record, I had a lot of different feels vocally and had figured out how to get that on tape.
I mean...
Chris Cornell, man.
Rest in peace.
R.I.P. Yeah.
That's from 2014.
Here's a little Motley Crue for you.
Oh, God.
All down to the pancreas. Okay.
Helium balloons everywhere. Let's turn to TV. Rest in peace to Akira Toriyama, who is the creator of the best-selling Dragon Ball Z and other popular anime, who influenced many Japanese comics. He died from a blood clot in his brain in his studio.
Dragon Ball Z. I know,
68.
very popular. I was not into it. It's the manga?
Manga.
Is that what that is?
Yeah. It started in 1984. My niece is really into manga, so she's kind of my gateway into all this. Sold millions of copies globally, was adapted into that hugely popular animated TV show, video games, and films. And he was still enthusiastically working on many projects, and there was so much more that he was working to accomplish. That's really sad. He died at the age of 68. If you've ever wanted to live in Roseanne's house, or at least the exterior set of the Connors, that house is up for sale. It's $225,000. And instead of Lanford, Illinois, it's actually in Evansville, Indiana. And you can check it out. We're going to put the Zillow ad on our blog. So if you want to buy Roseanne's house, it's up for sale. And it's actually really cute. It doesn't look like the interior that you see on the set,
the
obviously.
inside is a sound studio, probably in L.A. somewhere, but the outside.
It'd be kind of cool to live there. I don't know.
Sure.
Until people were just taking photos in front of your house all the time.
What they should do is they should transform the inside to make it look like the show.
Oh, yeah.
Like they did with the Brady Bunch house in L.A. Like they transformed the inside to make it look like the actual Brady Bunch house.
That's cool.
So then would you make it a museum type thing where people could come in and see the inside?
Nah, man, I just want to live like Roseanne.
Oh, is that a fact? You want the blanket over the couch?
Yeah,
and
you want
whole
that
thing.
Afghan over the
whole
couch.
Throw rug. Yeah, the throw blanket over the couch.
Warner Brothers Discovery has jumped on the password sharing crackdown bandwagon. Max is going to become the latest streamer to cut down on password sharing, so you need to tell your moms. It's going to happen late 2024 into 2025. Do you care about this? I mean, like, I have my mom's Hulu logged in at my house, and I keep feeling like,
thief.
Am I going to go to jail?
No, my mom has my Hulu password. She uses her own, profile on there.
Right. Like when my mom comes over, we watch Hulu.
Why? But you get, so when you pay for Hulu, you get how many profiles?
4?
You get 4 profiles. What does it matter who you give it to? Right? That's my justification.
Yeah, whatever you say,
True.
man.
That's how I justify my thievery. I get 4 profiles.
Okay.
I'm only using 2 at my house.
Yeah.
So I got 2 more to give.
Is the design, though, for your household? Profiles within your household?
Yes.
It's supposed to be.
Well, then why did they make it where we could log in anywhere? You know what I'm saying? Why did they do
Ma,
this?
the party may be over soon.
Because maybe you have multiple homes.
Maybe I do. You know?
Right. They haven't figured out how to stop the thievery.
What about the rich people that actually do have multiple
They
homes?
give you a certain amount of profiles. Netflix does the same thing. You get, 4 or 6 profiles?
Right. Yeah, but now you get screens. Netflix figured out how to isolate it to the screens.
Whatever, man.
We do one screen at a time. It's the most basic package. So if Tim's watching it in the living room, I can't watch it in the bedroom.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know what's interesting about this is Max doing this, and remember for a while there they were actually promoting stealing or sharing the
they don't mind.
Yeah. Because remember the HBO guy came out and was like, hey, the more the better, because he was trying to get more eyes on the HBO content.
Right.
And to be fair, they have the best bang for the buck as far as what they're given for what you're spending.
I agree.
Max is freaking awesome.
It is.
Like if I had to cut down a whole bunch of them, I would miss Netflix and a couple others. Max is probably the last one I'd cut.
Same.
Netflix really turned it around. They got some great programs.
They did turn it around. I was about to drop them 2 or 3 times.
They turned it around.
Speaking of turning it around, Oprah Winfrey is returning to television. And Rizz, she's going to discuss the popularity of weight loss drugs. It's going to be called an Oprah special, Shame, Blame, and the Weight Loss Revolution.
Well, I guess she's going scorched earth on
this was coming.
Forget Weight Watchers.
No, this has obviously been in the works, and they've been producing this, and then they probably said, hey, we're going to come out with this thing, and it's kind of a conflict.
You cannot be on the board of Weight Watchers.
It's kind of a
promoting Ozempic.
According to the statement, the show is going to delve into the prevailing questions and concerns surrounding the impact of weight loss medications on our healthcare, economy, lifestyle, and culture. It will air on ABC on Monday, March 18th.
Interesting. I wonder if...
Does she still have a network? OWN?
fair.
Is OWN still a thing, or is that?
I think so.
Why wouldn't she do it on that?
Because nobody's watching.
Nobody's watching.
I wonder where that is. Like, where is that? Is that just on cable?
OWN? The OWN network? I have no idea.
I have no idea either. In theaters this weekend, Kung Fu Panda 4 featuring Jack Black and Awkwafina, Bryan Cranston. That's in theaters. Cabrini. This is David Morse, John Lithgow. It's a historical drama starring Italian actress Cristiana Dell'Anna. It's your people. She's a nun who was shocked into the conditions in 1889 America, that she ignored her own failing health and dedicated the rest of her life to fighting for the sick and the poor at a time when sexism and anti-Italian prejudice made it impossible for someone like her. Also in theaters, Imaginary, which is a horror thriller about a little girl who finds an old teddy bear in the basement of her new home, and everyone treats her like an imaginary friend until they finally realize there's a dark spirit hiding inside of it. So that sounds scary. Congratulations to Chris Martin of Coldplay and actress Dakota Johnson. They are engaged. There's no rush to plan a wedding, but they wanted to make the commitment official, so they got engaged. And this is interesting. I think about Gwyneth Paltrow and Chris Martin's conscious uncoupling a lot, and how, like, in retrospect, how neat that was.
I know she gave the blessing.
She did give the blessing to Dakota
But she's
Johnson.
been married.
Yeah, she's married to the creator of American Horror Story.
All right, David Falchuk.
Ryan, is it David? Ryan.
Tim. Jim.
Stop it.
Tim Jim.
Jerry.
Okay.
After some teases, Disney and Pixar debuted the new trailer for Inside Out 2, which I'm pretty excited about. You guys love the movie Inside Out?
Dude,
Sure.
that one was
I loved
incredible.
it. This brings back Amy Poehler as Joy, Bill Hader, Mindy Kaling, and so all the different emotions that are a part of it, anxiety, envy, and embarrassment.
Yeah, it's a movie made for 12-year-olds that, like, leveled the whole world of 30-year-olds.
Yeah, man. I can't watch it and not cry my eyes out.
I know, man. Everybody
So
I knew
beautiful.
coming out of there going, that's the greatest movie I've ever seen.
So Riley, the main character where all these emotions are stored in, she's obviously a teenager now, and, anxiety, envy, and embarrassment, all things that you go through when you're a teen, will be part of the story. Inside Out hits theaters on June 14th. Role model Barbies for International Women's Day this year. Mattel is honoring 8 different women and their role models around the world. To be a one-of-a-kind Barbie, Viola Davis is an actor, author, and activist. Shania Twain also getting a Barbie. Helen Mirren, Kylie Minogue, and some other ladies from around the world. They are now part of the Mattel franchise. New albums this weekend: Alice Cooper's Theater of Death, live at Hammersmith 2009. Bleachers, self-titled. Judas Priest, Invincible Shield in record stores today. And finally, because it is International Women's Day, here are the top 10 most played female-led bands and solo artists at the format so far in rock from 2024. I want to know if you guys can help me complete this.
rock?
So far this year?
Yes.
Hailstorm.
Hailstorm's number 3.
Female.
Female.
All new stuff?
No. A couple of classic.
It's like No Doubt?
No Doubt not on the list.
Garbage.
What's the actors band?
No.
That we
Pretty
play?
Reckless?
Yeah.
Pretty Reckless.
Number 2.
Okay. Spirit Box.
No, but I wish they were on this list.
I thought you were let down by them.
No.
Oh.
I don't think you liked them.
I thought they were good.
No, I love Spirit Box. And I've actually been talking to John over at Live Nation. I'm like, get them on a headlining act.
Yeah.
Somewhere, the factory somewhere. I want to see them headline.
My buddy produces them and plays bass. He used to play for As I Lay Dying.
Oh my God. I love him.
He's been a huge part of their success. But like, I thought you saw them live and you said that you.
I wanted to see more of them. They played like
yeah,
6
they
songs.
they open up for Papa Roach and Shinedown.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Okay, so
and they're not on the list.
no, so this is played on the radio.
Yes.
Man,
Come on. It's International Women's Day.
The Warning.
No, but they're great.
I don't know.
Okay. There's some classic artists on here. It's okay.
No doubt.
I'm going to give it to you. Pat Benatar, number 10.
Pat Benatar.
Nita Strauss,
Okay.
number 9. Heart. Dorothy, number
Heart.
7. New Year's Day, who's coming to Point Fest.
New Year's Day.
In
I was gonna
this
say them. In
moment.
this moment.
Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, number 4. Hailstorm, number 3.
Hole.
No. The Pretty Reckless, number 2. And number 1.
Number 1.
Amy Lee.
Evanescence.
Evanescence.
Okay.
Anyway, happy International
Happy
Women's Day to
International
these
Women's
ladies.
Hey, celebrities celebrating a birthday today. Kat Von D. Do you guys know what her real name is?
Catherine
Yes.
Von.
Yes.
Drachtenberg.
You got it.
Yeah.
Catherine Von Drachenberg.
She lives in Indiana now.
Pretty cool name.
Yeah.
Kat Von D is 42. Tom Chaplin, the singer for Keane, We played Pepsi Smash. Do you guys remember the WB Pepsi Smash?
Sure.
We played that show with Keen, and they were actually pretty freaking awesome. The singer is 45. Nick Zano, that's Nate on DC's Legends of Tomorrow, is 46. James Vanderbeek.
The Beak.
Yeah, your crush, Rizz, is 47.
Dawson's Creek, that's right.
Freddie Prinze Jr. is 48.
Also my crush.
Andrea Parker, Allison's mom Jessica on Pretty Little Liars. Also Miss Parker on The Pretender. Andrea Parker is 54. Gary Newman, biggest hit?
Cars.
66. Little Peggy March is 76. Had a massive hit, number 1, I Will Follow Him. Do you remember that? I Will Follow Him? When she was 14. Mickey Dolenz.
From the Monkees, yes.
Drummer and singer for the Monkees is 79. Carol Bayer Sager, a songwriter who wrote Dionne Warwick's That's What Friends Are For, Nobody Does It Better from Carly Simon, and Leo Sayers' When I Need You is 80. And Susan Clark, Emmanuel Lewis's mom on Webster. And the naughty stripper, Cherry Forever in Porky's, is 81 years old.
I think really married to Mr. Papadopoulos.
Really?
Yeah, I think they were actually married in real life.
No way.
Yeah.
81 years old today.
All right, today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Devin Michaels. And today's birthday girl has been in 198 fine films, including Alien Love Fantasy, Bangin' Busty Redheads, Big Boob Bonanza, Big Boob Heaven 2, Big Sausage Pizza 2, in a movie called Crack Snackers, Double Airbags 12, The Federal Breast Inspectors, Foot Sluts 3, Grand Theft Orgy 2, The School of Hard Knockers 2, and who can forget a role in 2005's The Camp Cuddly Pines Power Tool Massacre.
Double airbags. Where are you when you're renting double airbags?
Devin Michaels is 55 years old. It's your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. All right, we will take a break. We'll come back with your Friday fail stories. We'll start off with a local one, and we'll end with a doozy. I promise you. I promise you it's going to be one of those. Yeah.
Is everybody all right?
I don't know about that.
Okay.
Nobody died.
That's good.
It's the Rizz Show, presented on the Fast Lane, 8:01, Friday traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. The biggest race of 2024 is Sunday, June 2nd. Time to lock in those NASCAR Cup Series tickets now at www.raceway.com. We have a right lane block due to a crash 64 westbound and a left lane block due to a crash 64 westbound at Limburg. That's going to start creating a mess, I presume. A lane block due to an incident 270 northbound at 44 as well. Your point forecast periods of rain, high of 63. Right now it's 55 at the Point Studio.
All right, folks, time for your Friday fail stories. All right, so all these people, thank God for them. They thought they had the perfect plan, but somewhere along the line, it went completely sideways.
Yeah.
Oh, and it became an Uber.
No.
An Ultra.
No.
Yes.
Oh, dare I say it,
Don't you
Mega.
dare.
I'm going to say it.
Failed.
All right. Hey, three of us.
You sounded great, boss.
Thank you. Just three of us. Sounded great. Friday Fail Stories, sponsored by
Moritz Royce Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Rizzuto Show.
All right, so this is a local story.
All right.
This actually happened back in October of 2022, but we're just hearing about it now. This happened up in St. John, which is just north of Overland. Back on October 24th of 2022, there was an attempted robbery at the Bank of America branch on St. Charles Rock Road. Michael Larry, two first names.
Oh, boy.
Harder to trust.
Michael Larry walked into the bank, gave the teller a note demanding $500. The teller hit the panic button, but gave Michael the $500. Meanwhile, other bank employees ran to the St. John Police Department, which was in the same building.
What?
Michael Larry robbed the Bank of America in the same building as the St. John Police Department. He was arrested immediately.
Failed.
Whoops.
Yeah, he's looking at 10 years in prison. He'll be in court on the 26th of this month, I guess, for the trial or sentencing, but in the same building.
Dang.
What an idiot.
Of all the Bank of Americas. Yeah, you ever go to a gas station and you see like a barrel full of pickles, like loose pickles?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. It looks so attractive
Would
and
you
so
ever?
gross at the same time.
Would you ever?
No, I would not.
I would not either.
We had a bus driver that would always come in from every single truck stop and always have a big old pickle in his hand, and then like one kind of wrapped in paper or some nasty napkin.
And it's from the barrel.
It's from the barrel, and he'd always be like, "You guys want a pickle?
No.
There's great pickles in there."
I don't. Loose pickles. I don't trust anybody.
I don't trust that water. Oh God, the germs that are flying around in there.
I don't trust the public.
The
when
salt.
it comes to putting hands in things. And this is, here's a story of why. Police in Glassboro, New Jersey have nabbed a suspect they had been trying to identify for a couple days now. A guy who walked into a store and dunked his head into the vat full of pickles.
That's awesome.
Why?
Because he did it as some sort of social media thing. He was filming himself. He didn't cause any other kind of disturbance. He just dunked his head in the pickles. And the vat of pickles obviously needed to be dumped for sanitary reasons. Local police posted about it. The guy came forward, admitted he did it.
Yo, dumped for sanitary reasons, huh?
The store lost $52 worth of pickles.
Fail. You know that if you're running let's say you're running Rizzuto's mom and pop gas station. You took it over from your parents. It's 1992. You got a pickle vat.
You know that water has not been changed since 92.
Whatever. Somebody comes in and dips their head in it. You just go, "Oh, man, come on." And then you go over there, you drain the thing, you hose it down, and then you fill it back up with water, and it's on tomorrow.
No, I'm telling you, if I'm inheriting the gas station, the pickles are the first thing to go.
How much money would it take you to do a shot of that pickle water?
Ugh.
Oh.
How much money, both of you?
A couple $100. Ain't going to take much.
Oh,
I'll do it for like $200.
Yes, me too.
really?
Maybe even
200?
less. Maybe even less.
Yeah.
I'll do it for
Really?
Probably $100.
Just for a shot?
For a shot.
A shot,
You guys are
$100.
gross
A
as
glass
hell.
for $200.
Shot's not bad. Yeah, like a full like glass.
Yeah, whatever, man. I
more.
probably need the boost. You know, I need my body to
Nobody
work,
needs
work
that.
a little harder.
To be an astute criminal these days, it's good to have a strong recollection of Hollywood's classic films. 2 women in Ohio have been arrested after they pulled a weekend at Bernie's this past Monday.
I understand them.
Oh, no.
Oh, wait, not with the dead body, but like Big Bernie.
This is dead body.
Oh, no.
They propped an 80-year-old dead man up in their car, then went to a bank drive-thru where they withdrew $900 from his account.
Whoa.
And it worked.
Did he have sunglasses on?
I didn't see a picture.
Hawaiian shirt?
They weren't relatives, but they lived with the guy. The bank had previously allowed them to take money out as long as he was with them. They clearly didn't notice the guy was no longer alive. The woman then dumped the man's body off at a hospital and sped off.
Whoa.
Eventually, the cops caught up with him, questioned him, arrested them. They both have rap sheets that include theft and drug offenses. And one has been convicted of reckless assault. They told police they found the man dead inside the house earlier that day. His cause of death is still under investigation.
Yeah, likely story.
Failed.
How do we know that he wasn't still alive? How
When
do
they
we
went
know
to the
that-
bank,
Yeah.
I think they admitted like he was dead.
Yeah, of course they're going to say that. Oh, he was dead before we got to him. How do we know that? How do we know that? Well, what if this guy could have been saved? What if they like found him during an episode?
His
like,
cause
"Quick!"
of death is under investigation.
Quick, put some sunglasses on and let's go to the ATM.
Get a bucket hat on him.
Hurry!
Yeah.
Hurry! We got
What a
things
great
to do.
movie.
We've
Andrew
been waiting for
McCarthy
this.
and
It's the
Jonathan
best.
Silverman.
He's walking around.
Right, that's Jonathan Silverman
I think so.
and Andrew McCarthy.
Yeah, Andrew McCarthy.
Yes, every great movie behind it has some ridiculous concept that if you did it in real life would land you in severe jail time.
Yeah. A dummy from Florida was arrested last month after admitting he'd sent a bomb threat to himself to get revenge on somebody. Hear him out.
Okay.
20-year-old Kyle McHenry told cops he received the following emails. There's a bomb on your grandpa's property. I'm going to break into your house and shoot you in the effing head, and I'm going to kill you. Watch me. So he calls the cops and he goes, dude, got all these messages.
Watch me now. Hey!
And then he called the cops and go in Fort Myers and said, why didn't you arrest the person who sent me those threats?
Right.
And the cops were like, this is pretty suspicious. He then admitted to sending the emails to himself after detectives told him that filing a police report is a crime.
Oh.
Cops asked Kyle, did you send these emails to yourself? To which he said, yeah. He said he posed as another person, sent the email to himself in order to get revenge on them. So he's been charged with making false police reports to police, fraud, misuse of false evidence. He told detectives, I made a mistake.
Failed.
Now, you could blame Boeing for missing bolts, right? In fact, in news, I got a story about some passengers suing Boeing for $1 billion. Remember when the door plug fell out?
Sure.
All right, you could blame Boeing for missing bolts. You could blame the airlines for jammed bathroom doors. But crazy passengers can also cause a problem for planes that make air travel more miserable for the rest of us. A flight in China was delayed by more than 4 hours on Wednesday after a passenger threw coins into the engine.
You gotta be kidding me.
What are you doing?
Yes, the idea was that they were lucky coins.
Oh, okay.
In a video on Chinese social media, a flight attendant is seen questioning the passenger who allegedly threw the coins, asking them, how many did you throw in there? The passenger said, 3 to 5.
Unlucky coins.
The passenger was arrested. The airline, China Southern Airlines, said they were able to retrieve the coins and they completed a thorough check before the plane was cleared to fly again.
Is something wrong with this person?
China Southern also put a message on social media acknowledging that there have been incidents of people throwing coins at planes, apparently for good luck. Hey, knock it off.
Failed.
Just throw them in the fountains. What's wrong with that? You know?
You know, when you get a new car, it is tradition to throw coins in the backseat.
Oh, I did not know this.
Yes.
I
I don't
will
know
add
if
this
it's
to
an
my
Italian
list.
thing, an East Coast thing, but whenever somebody get a new car, you would throw coins in the backseat, apparently for good luck.
You do this each time.
Yes.
Good.
You would take a handful of change and throw it into the backseat. And you go, damn, you threw coins, and now I got to find them.
All right.
But I mean, I don't know about the lucky coins in a plane engine. I've not
thanks.
heard about that one.
What in the heck is this? There's a practice in New Jersey and New York of tossing a few coins onto the floor of a newly purchased car as a sign of good luck.
I love this.
This practice originated as a practical one. Oh,
For tolls.
This is why. This is for tolls.
For tolls.
It's you intentionally lose change.
Yeah.
So when you forget it, you go, oh yeah, I threw this.
I got
crap
coins in
back
the backseat. But that was a thing. Somebody get a new car, you toss change in the back.
That's kind of nice. The vacuum cleaner will find it later.
Right. Man, there it is. An Air Force employee and retired Army lieutenant colonel have been charged with sharing classified info with a woman claiming to be from Ukraine on a foreign dating site. This guy. 63-year-old David Franklin Slater, who had top secret security clearance, is accused of sending classified briefings on the war in Ukraine to a woman who called him Sweet Dave and my secret agent over 2 months. So the woman once sent him a message that read, Dear, what is shown on the screens on the special room? It is very interesting. He also got a message that commented, you have a job in the operations center today, I remember? I'm sure there's a lot of interesting news there. And he just sent all the information over.
Gosh.
He's facing 1 count of conspiracy to disclose national defense information, 2 counts of unauthorized disclosure of national defense information, looking at 30 years in prison.
Failed.
I think he was honeypotted. The old honeypot. There's a lot of strange things to steal. This is new. 2 people were caught stealing just under 600 Venus flytraps from a nature conservatory in North Carolina. That isn't slang for like a type of drug or shoe. The actual plants. Like 600 Venus flytraps. The thieves were apparently planning on selling them in the black market. I don't know what a Venus flytrap would go for, but it must be a lot because the thieves were hit with felony charges.
You ever seen one in action?
Yeah.
Kind of cool.
Yeah, kind of cool.
You can get them at Lowe's, can't you? Like in their plant
you?
section? I
Can you?
can.
I don't know. Venus flytraps are rare. They're native to southeastern North Carolina.
Maybe not.
And this is a time when people try to take them because they're flowering around now, and that makes them easier to spot in the wild.
Failed.
A couple fails in this story. We got a couple more for you. Fail number 1. So this is a couple fails in one story. Fail number one.
Right.
A guy from Indianapolis was arrested after the gun he had on him discharged while he was swinging a club at Topgolf.
You got to be kidding me.
This happened last Friday. Video surveillance shows this guy, Anthony Hurd Jr., swinging a golf club when the gun he had on his hip went off. Then he tried to just keep playing as if nothing happened.
What?
People scattered. It was a mess.
Fail.
Who shot? Who shot it? Well, I don't know. Let's. I feel a little suspicious towards the one guy still swinging up there with a limp.
And he's got a hole in his pants.
Here's fail number two. Anthony has been charged multiple times in the past for being a serious violent felon in possession of a firearm.
God.
Last month, he pleaded guilty to one charge and was given 4 years of probation. So now he's been charged with being a serious violent felon in possession of a firearm and criminal recklessness. So the gun went off, and he shouldn't have had a gun. 2 fails in one story.
Wow.
Can you imagine up there? He's yelling up there, just going, "Where you guys going? Nothing's wrong.
Everything's cool."
Just keep swinging. Come on."
We had a family friend. The guy had a gun in his pocket, and he was going through a drive-through, and he didn't have the safety on, and he blew a hole in his leg because he shifted his leg. Can you imagine?
Oh, I guess you could buy Venus flytraps at Lowe's and Home Depot.
Okay. I thought I saw one time.
Yo, did you see that video making its rounds of the guy who brought his wife to Topgolf, and her first swing threw her off balance and
Oh yeah, right off
the top.
Right off the top.
The worst part is, there's a video of it, and then she hits the bottom, and I'm talking like
hard.
Shattered legs and everything. And there's like 3 fellers golfing down there. She falls right in front of them, and they just run away.
And they step away.
They run
what
away.
Happened? I hate seeing videos like
Fight
that.
or flight. I mean, they flew.
Flight.
Yeah.
Flight.
It was flight, flight, flight.
All right, 2 more for you, and the last one's a doozy. I don't know if this is something that will start becoming more common or the human race will evolve away from dim bulbs. A 33-year-old guy is facing attempted grand theft. Attempted grand theft auto after trying and failing to steal a self-driving taxi in downtown L.A.
Oh, this is is this the
Waymo car.
The Waymo, yeah, right.
So
right,
the guy actually hailed the Waymo car, apparently knowing that it was fully autonomous. But instead of just riding in the car, he climbed into the driver's seat and tried to hijack it by putting the car into drive. It doesn't work that way. So Waymo realized he was trying to mess with the car, so a representative actually talked to him through the car speakers and told him to leave.
Yeah, and he wouldn't do it.
He wouldn't. So they called the cops. He was still inside the car when police arrived to arrest him.
Yeah, they locked the doors, didn't they?
They locked the doors.
That's the best.
They locked the doors.
Would have been even better. I read some of the story. Would have been even better because there's like a guy that can like control it, right?
Yeah.
So imagine the gal or the guy that's controlling it going, no, sir, you have 5 seconds to get out. Okay, boop. It locks, and then just put in the coordinates to the police station. Drive it right to the cops.
Yeah, they should do that.
Well, just drive it right to jail. That would have been so awesome. I think that would have set a precedent, too.
Yeah, and finally, this story, and this comes to us from Indonesia. Now, usually when we get stories from Asia, an Asian country, and it's in the fail segment, it's usually sticking things where they shouldn't be stuck.
Oh.
And here we go.
Indonesia is a wild place.
A man was left in agony after shoving a toothbrush up his penis.
No.
Which then snapped.
No. The brush or the brush?
The brush snapped.
Okay.
And it got caught in there.
Oh, why would you do the bristles alone would be excruciating.
Doctors say the 43-year-old, who has not been named, was having sex with a woman who was on top when the horrifying incident happened. When asked how the toothbrush had made its way into the penis, the man said it was pushed up there for sexual satisfaction. The practice of doing that is called genital beating. It's more common in certain parts of the world, including parts of Asia.
I'm getting lightheaded, man.
I am too, and I don't even have a penis.
They said the guy waited 12 hours before going to the doctor.
Why would you wait?
They said his penis was very swollen. After examination, doctors decided if he had an eggplant deformity, which is a sign of a penis fracture. They were forced to perform a 2-hour operation to repair. So I guess the penis snapped with the toothbrush in there. They had to repair the broken penis and take the toothbrush out.
Ugh. Just the whole thing is just terrible.
This is too much. This is too much.
And then, like, what? I'm assuming a heterosexual relationship. So you said
it was a woman. Yeah.
Top? Okay.
So he put the brush in.
Yeah.
She got on top, and then I guess.
What's the end game here?
Oh, I don't know.
God,
I mean, the end game seems like I mean, if you're thinking, let's say 2 steps ahead, aren't you? Isn't that going to be troublesome as well? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
He waited 12 hours. 12 hours to go to the hospital. And his penis had swelled to the eggplant and was that color.
Dang.
Yep.
No.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, those are your Friday fail stories.
No.
Yep.
You had to end it with a death?
No, he lived.
No,
His
he
penis
didn't.
though.
No, he didn't.
He lived.
No, his spirit is dead and buried. It's over.
He lived. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We have some of your emails to get to. We'll just see your emails. Also, later on, we'll give away some concert tickets. We'll play Fake News of Florida. Was the toothbrush new or used? I don't know, Valerie. I don't know. I don't know. It's a straight up 8:30. It's the Rizz Show, percent of the fast lane. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. The biggest race of 2024 is Sunday, June 2nd. Time to lock in your NASCAR Cup Series tickets now at www.raceway.com. We have a lane blocked due to a crash 64 eastbound and westbound at Limburg here. We also have a lane blocked due to a stalled vehicle 270 westbound at Limburg up on the north side of things. Your point forecast today, periods of rain, high of 63 right now. It's 55 at the Point Studio.
Boy, great question. Was the bristles sticking out?
Okay, now I see the utility.
Yeah.
But what would that do for her?
It's like a chimney sweep. I don't know.
Of this little
Before we get to your emails, a sleep expert named Deborah Lee says that drinking coffee the minute you wake up is not your best bet.
Let's start with water, right?
I don't know. Do you drink like on the weekends?
On the
Or even
weekends?
here, do you drink coffee first thing in the morning?
No, first thing in the morning, brush teeth, and then it's a half a glass of water with a little bit of salt and a half a lemon squeezed in it every morning.
Yeah, I do the AG1. I drink the AG1.
I do water.
AG1, and I usually don't have my first cup of coffee till right before we go on the air.
Yeah, 6 o'clock. It's like 2-something hours after.
Yeah. I'm
Weekends-
almost 3 hours after.
Weekends, I'll do the water.
3.5 hours.
And then I'll probably do coffee within 40 minutes.
Yeah, weekends weekends it's a little closer.
I suck down an iced coffee on the way here. It's the first thing I put in my body.
Well,
I'm bad.
Before the
Doctor-
water?
Yeah.
Dr. Lee says that when you wake up, your cortisol level is at its peak. That's your primary stress hormone, which enhances alertness and focus. It also regulates your metabolism and immune system response. So if you drink coffee at that point, it may do more harm than good. And it's even possible that you could become immune to caffeine. Cortisol follows a rhythm specific to your own sleeping cycle, and that explains why your energy peaks in the morning and you get more tired at night. And Dr. Lee says the best time to drink coffee is mid to late morning when your cortisol levels have begun declining and you feel your first energy slump. So if you wake up at 7, that might be 10 or at noon for you.
I was reading a New York Times thing yesterday. It was an article written last year called How to Be a Morning Person. And it was saying, like, if you're not a morning person, but you want to try to be, set little rituals. And so for one, I love coffee, and it's the ritual of it. I love, and I do enjoy it, but it's also making it and whatever, driving in and jamming out and drinking my iced coffee. And they say to do that because it will cut down on your morning inertia, which is when you're in a really bad mood. Like if you're somebody who wakes up and you don't want to hear somebody talk for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Morning inertia. And so that cuts back on you being cranky or grumpy to have those little rituals set. No matter if it's coffee or water or
Listen, I'm
listening to a podcast.
right in the pocket for what Dr. Lee is saying. I'll wait like 3 hours usually before my first cup. But on the weekends, it's usually like a half hour after I wake up. And she says even waiting 45 minutes after you get up is better than having it first thing. And that said, another doctor and sleep expert said there's really no scientific evidence that having caffeine first thing in the morning versus delaying it for a couple hours has any differential effects on alertness. So I don't know what the hell to believe. I think it's mostly a matter of personal preference. Okay.
When your alarm goes off at 2:30, do you lie there for a second
No,
and
I
kind
get
of
right
gather
up.
yourself? Okay, okay, that's interesting.
Right up.
I read another article that was saying you need to give yourself a beat before you immediately jump out and get on with it. Check in with yourself mentally. Go, how do I physically feel right now? Even if that's the only question you ask.
No,
yourself.
I don't need
No.
to check in. I already know I'm
Yeah,
miserable.
I'm already checked in.
I'm
I
miserable.
go, this sucks.
Yeah, I'm like,
Let's
oh,
brush our
cool.
teeth.
Everything hurts.
This sucks. Let's brush our teeth. But first we pee.
Yeah,
First we pee.
same.
And then we brush our teeth. Now think back to 2023. If you had to put the over under on the number of times you got a perfect night of sleep, what would you say? If you were to
4.
think back to 2023, if you had to put an over under on the number of times that you got a perfect night of sleep,
4.
Let's see. When did I join the show? April. I was sleeping perfectly, you guys, from
Until-
January until
yeah.
April 17th. My body literally woke itself up.
I would say 5. Out of 365 nights of sleep, 5.
Yeah, that includes vacations, weekends, everything. I'm at 4. And I
5.
bet you I didn't miss it by more than 1.
Now, according to new research, the average American gets a perfect night's sleep 132 times per year, and we get a good night's sleep 120 nights a year. That leaves 113 nights, which are either bad sleep or where you don't get any sleep at all.
They say you're supposed to focus on getting up at the same exact time every day and not focus on going to sleep at the same exact time every night. Because you don't know when your body actually falls asleep the time, but you know what time you wake up, right? Because you're conscious. So if you're somebody who isn't sleeping well, don't focus on like, oh man, I got to get in bed at 8:30. Fall asleep when you do, but then always get up at the same time. And they say that is better to create the habit.
Well, now here we go with we got to change the clocks on Sunday.
Ugh, I know. And I got a concert on Sunday, so I'm screwed. I'm already going to be out late, and then it's going to feel like I lost an hour.
We got to change the clocks. It's daylight saving time starts this weekend, so we change the clocks and lose an hour of sleep on Saturday night.
It's not going to feel like it. It is it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're missing an hour.
And you know what they say, like, oh, Mondays are the biggest days for accidents and heart attacks. There's no proof of that.
Right.
Oh, I thought there was. I thought it was definitive that the Monday after the spring
No,
forward.
I just read that it was like. I just read that that's like.
It's like the most believable thing I've ever heard.
It's an
because-
excuse to be reckless. I don't know. I lost an hour of sleep. I don't know. You're an adult.
Oh, I thought it was just the stats, dude. I totally believe that because like an hour makes a difference.
You're an adult. It doesn't make that much of a difference. Stop it with that.
You're telling me the people getting in
It
accidents
makes
on
a
that
difference
Monday,
for us because we get up at the ass crack of dawn.
I know, but I'm saying like you're telling me the people that get in accidents on that are going. You can't blame me.
You can't-
We just
I lost an
sprung-
hour of sleep.
We sprung forward yesterday.
Now tell my dogs that. I think this affects the pets more than anything else.
Yeah, they're gonna be bummed. We're gonna be bummed.
We're going to be bummed. But, okay, so there are some things we should do this weekend with the daylight saving time thing. Change the batteries in your smoke alarm. They always say it's a good idea to change the batteries once a year. So doing it the same weekend as changing the clocks is an easy way to stay on top of it. Okay. Restock the emergency kit. If you already have an emergency kit at home, go through it to make sure nothing's expired. If you don't have one, maybe put one together this weekend. Maybe this is the weekend where we clean out the fridge, the pantry, the medicine cabinet. Toss anything that's expired or you're no longer using. Use up anything that's expiring soon. Good weekend for that. Also, flip the mattress. Flip the mattress. Some mattresses should be flipped once or twice a year to avoid irregular wear. Mm-hmm. And it's easy to remember to do it if you do it on the same weekend. So
Okay.
the fall back, the spring forward, flip the mattress. We haven't done that.
It's been a while.
Our mattress weighs 4,000 pounds.
You got a king?
It is a king, and it's straight latex. 'Cause
Damn.
I love to sleep on latex.
What does that mean?
Is it bright red?
What do
Or
you mean
is
straight latex?
I have a latex mattress.
this because you wet the bed a lot? You don't want to have to deal with it?
No,
That
my wife's
seems
crazy.
reasonable.
It's the only material that's no off gases.
Oh, okay. So you're not lying right now. I'm picturing some weird sex mattress.
No, it's a regular. It looks like a regular mattress, but the inside is like
Latex?
yeah, like a weird
Like little beads of latex?
It's very. I don't know what it's.
Cut it open and
Mattress
find out.
Direct made it for us. Like they custom made it for us.
Weird. I have a pillow top. Pretty normal. Got a cooling layer on top of it, though. One of those NASA things. Damn.
No, it's very comfortable. Straight latex, baby. That's you know how I do.
Yeah,
Should we get a king? Like,
Yeah.
Tim's been wanting a
Yeah,
king.
dude.
Oh, dude, that's a game changer.
It
Is
is
it?
awesome. It's worth it. Even if you can't fit it in there, it don't matter.
What do you sleep on?
Do it anyway.
We have a queen.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you're two tiny people,
We are two tiny people.
but dude,
I feel like I'll never see him again.
No.
You guys don't snuggle on that king mattress, I bet. You guys are all
Yeah, we do. That's
spread
the
out.
ridiculous thing. That's the ridiculous thing is that we have this huge bed and the dog takes up more room than we do. I'm literally on the edge right here and I sleep on my back and she sleeps on my chest right here. And like, you know, kind of her leg is over me and her head is on my chest. And the dog has 3/4 of a king size mattress.
well, Chris on instant feedback is saying, I think Big Battery's pushing that whole BS thing about the smoke detectors.
Oh, big
changing
battery.
the batteries.
I think it's
Right.
the
Yeah,
fire
that's something you want
departments.
to fool with.
All right, honestly, you know they tell you to do that every year.
Yeah.
Like check the smoke detector batteries. Do you do it?
My husband does, yes.
Does he really?
Yes,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
a responsible adult.
I'm a crazy person with that. With that, my my air filter and my
Carbon monoxide?
carbon monoxide.
No, I do it when they start beeping. It tells you when the batteries are running out.
I'm not relying on a tiny piece of plastic that cost me $8.
You're right. I should probably do it.
You should do it.
I don't want to.
But I'm like Chris, man. I'm not. Hey, big battery, you're not getting me.
No,
Big fire's going to get you.
I got all the ones that came with the house. You know, there's like 3 of them, I guess, and then I put in. I want to put in probably another 2, and then I have 3.
What do you pray to the Energizer Bunny?
3 carbon monoxide. No, I have the plug-in ones. You know what I mean? Like I have dedicated spots in the house where like no plugs go in this one. This is the detector outlet. Because I ain't fooling around with that, man.
You know, now that I said Atlanta latex mattress, everybody's thinking it's like some weird sex mattress.
Yeah. That's what my brain went to.
Yeah, I pictured it black too. Like you know, like it's all just almost looks like leather.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's a regular looking mattress. It's whatever's inside. No, my wife had a secret meeting with Pat from Mattress Direct, and they built this thing.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
She's like, I will not sleep on a mattress with off gases. I go, what the hell is that?
She needs to come to my
I don't
house.
even know what that is.
Need her to tell me
Well,
what's
it's
wrong
not
with
good for
everything.
you. Okay.
All right.
You know what that means? It
What?
means you're paying $5,000 more
Yes.
for a mattress.
Worth it. You'll live longer.
Sure. All right, we got time for a couple emails. Moon, go for it.
Your emails are brought to you by Kloss Furniture. Lowest prices guaranteed. We have something for everybody. Scott says Lern's personal plate, like personalized license plate, should be BK2YOU.
Oh, back to you.
Back to you.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
I remember we said your plate should be nervous.
Nervous one, yeah.
I forgot that was Ferris Bueller.
That's the one on Ferris Bueller's car.
On the Ferris Bueller car.
Oh, really?
It was nervous.
The convertible?
The convertible that Cameron trashed.
Nervous one.
Nervous.
Back to you is a good one. I like that.
Back to you is good. Next.
I just asked my daughter, who is a junior at the at Lindbergh, and she said, "Yep, they're still dissecting cats." In fact, she may be doing it herself next year in anatomy class. And I thought it was a biology class that I did it in, but yeah, I think it was an anatomy class. I think it was junior year or senior year. And then I just got a message actually from Megan on Instagram, and she doubled down on that and said, "Yep, I went to high school and had human anatomy, and the worst part is they gave us cats with fur on them, and they made us, because those are cheaper.
Yeah.
And they made us skin them. Needless to say, I did not partake in that, and I had my lab partner do it.
Where are they getting the cats from?
Right. I have so many questions.
I think they were vets. I mean, they're you know, again, the final that I had to do was we had to dissect this cat, and it was a big cat, big female cat, and we, as a bonus point in the final, if you could discover what may have killed the cat, and had like a, you know, a
Don't
reasonable
we have computer programs for that?
computer programs. What do you?
Can't we do
you
that?
just feed a body through it? It says worms.
No, I mean simulation. I mean, we could do.
I'm not really sure,
Like
man. But
Operation-
Like, do
the
we
game?
need to be doing that?
I will say that it was really gross for the first couple minutes, and then when you start going and you bear down and you start into the project, I thought it was actually
No, I mean, listen,
incredibly educational.
I get it's fascinating and educational, and you know, you get your hands in there.
I thought it was good for me. So my daughter has been going to a whole bunch of surgeries. She's interested in the medical field and wants to be a surgeon and some other things. And, of course, she's watching Grey's Anatomy and all these other things. And we got a friend that does surgeries and has invited her in to do surgeries. Now, I got to tell you this because I had no idea. Okay, so what do you picture when you think of watching a surgery? Rizz? Seinfeld, the junior mint thing, where there's like an observation deck or like you're in a room with a window. That ain't how it happens.
Like she's in there.
She's just in there. There's no observation things or anything. My daughter and her friend, you know, they're in high school. They sat there. They've watched these surgeries and been splattered with blood.
Nah.
It's wild. But again, back to the cats and the high school thing. I did find it really educational and really good. They're not killing cats for this stuff.
Yeah,
These are dead cats anyway. So
What are they dead from?
I don't.
You got to find out for extra
I'd
credit.
imagine if they're euthanized or they're
Euthanized from a shelter? I don't know.
Maybe they're strays. Maybe they're people's pets that come in and they go.
donate
I mean, there's
them and they
obviously
gotta go.
enough of them for high school kids.
Right. I used to want to be a veterinarian really bad when I was a kid, but then I don't think obviously I'm not. But we didn't have to dissect a cat. Freaks me out.
I bet you could opt out of it. Maybe. I don't remember.
Yeah, if you're a wimp.
I don't remember being given that
I'm out.
option. But
All right, next.
okay, I thought you guys may get out a kick of this while running a project in Valentine, Nebraska, up by South Dakota. There's a family named Assman, Assman, and they sent in a picture, and it's a huge, like a gravestone kind of thing that's got this nice mountain picture, and it says Assman, really big.
Huh.
Now, they said it's pronounced Osman. They're bison farmers, and they make bison jerky and bison steaks. 1 out of 5 stars.
Huh.
Thought you'd get a kick.
So the Osman.
Osman. But their name is Assman.
I do like generation after generation. Like, we're not changing this.
Yeah.
Like, this is the family name.
Deal with it.
And you may chuckle, but the Osmans do not change. We will not change.
We will not bow down.
I got
to
a couple friends named Dumas and like or like Dumas, and you know, of course, when you're running with certain packs, people are like, "What'd you say, dumbass? Dumbass?" But ass man is, I mean, that's on you're getting questioned everywhere you go. Oh, can you imagine being 21 and you get in your bar for the first time, you show your license and it says ass man on it? You think anybody's going to not take that?
Even more devastating if you're not an ass man, you know?
Or you marry into the
yeah.
Assman family.
Right.
And you got a flat tush.
Got a flat tush.
You marry into the
You're a boob guy.
the Assman family.
Don't let the license fool you. I'm really a boob guy.
That's a bumper
next.
sticker.
Oh, man. Okay, let's see. Hi, my husband, Kevin, longtime listener and Team Rizz member, also a fantastic local high school math teacher, as well as being a fabulous husband and father. Tomorrow, March 8th, is his 40th birthday. Would you wish him a happy... Oh, never mind. This is a happy birthday wish.
We don't do those.
Yeah, they wanted it at 6:40. Very particular. Sorry, it's past 6:40. Sorry, Meredith. No, Kevin. We're not celebrating your birthday here.
How old?
40.
40th today.
No, not going to celebrate that.
Hey, Rizz Show. I'm a bit behind on the podcast, and I'm currently listening to Tuesday's show when Lern was discussing how Tim's grandma was so nonchalant about death. And then Rafe said that old people talk about death in a way that will chill you. Well, my grandma turned 96 in January, and when somebody who was also 96 wished her a happy birthday, the conversation eventually led to my grandma saying, well, I haven't started planning next year's yet.
Ugh.
Oh.
She said it with a laugh, and it made me go from happy to really sad.
At 96, you're on death's doorstep.
Yeah.
You got to laugh about it, right?
You have to have a sense of humor.
You got to have a sense of humor about it.
I think you have to. I really think you
And
have
I
to.
really think there's something chemically that happens, too, that where you have a sense of humor about it.
I think so, too. All right, one more.
All right, so today's the 8th, and this email says, Hi, gents and Lern. My cousin Tom, a loyal Rizz Show listener, and I are headed to Vegas tomorrow. So they're leaving today. To celebrate 311 Day, which is officially on March 11th. 311 plays 2 separate shows at Park MGM and will play for about 3 to 4 hours each show with no repeats. It's heaven for us 311 fans. I was wondering if you guys could share your favorite 311 song. Also, my brother-in-law, a loyal Rizz Show listener, loves to remind me about the time that Nick Hexum from 311 cheaped out and made Jeff pay for a vape pen.
You hear that story?
Would love to hear that story again.
No, what is that story?
Oh, my God. 311, they did a
It was Point Fest. Yeah, it was Point Fest.
They did Point Fest, and Nick Hexum is hanging out backstage. We're all backstage, just kicking it.
Yeah.
And Jeff and Nick Hexum.
He just interviewed him.
Yeah, and they started talking about like medical marijuana, and Nick Hexum said, "Oh yeah, I have a line of vape cartridges." and asked Jeff if he wanted one.
This is only when it was legal in California. It was not legal here or really anywhere else.
So we asked Jeff if he wanted one, and Jeff,
Jeff's like, yeah,
Jeff
yeah.
hell yeah.
So he says, follow me to the bus.
They go back to the bus.
cool.
Nick Hexum.
Stops them at the stairs, first of all.
Nick Hexum goes to get the cartridge, hands it to Jeff, and says, that'll be $50 or whatever it was.
Oh, no.
And Jeff panics, has no cash on him, doesn't know what to do.
Had to run to Julie, who was there, and had to borrow money from Julie.
Worth it.
I think, and Julie was with the girls too, and they were out in the front, and Jeff runs up and says, I need $50, give me cash now, I'll explain later. And she's like, what's it for? And he goes, I can't tell you, just give me the money.
That's awesome.
And thinking that the Nick Hexum star of 311, singer of 311, would give Jeff a free one after just interviewing him. That's the funniest part of it.
What a cheap ass.
Was he handed it to him and said, that'll be $50.
That is so good.
Like, I'm wondering if he had a change belt. Like, did he have a square?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did he have like a square on his phone to like, that's wild.
He's George Costanza 311.
All right, without
good.
getting too much into it, favorite 311 song, go.
Ooh, what's the right now I would say it's probably what's the one off the Homebrew record, or the Grassroots record? Is it Homebrew? Dude, the way that sounds when that comes on, it's never one that I put on, but when it comes on a random, just the way it sounds puts me in this 90, like I'm a kid again, and I feel like everything is fine, and I can smell the 90s again, and there's something about that song.
Is it this one? Let's see if I can find it.
Just the way that it sounds. It's not even my favorite song. It just gives.
Yeah.
That guitar tone, dude. That blue PRS and Mesa, just like. It just.
Dude, 311.
This crappy snare sound comes in.
Oh, yeah.
I have a great 311 story.
God,
You do?
dude.
What is your favorite 311 song?
From the Transistor album, Use of Time. Remember that one? I don't know
if we
that
have
one's
that
probably
one.
not in there. It's a B-side. It's a great song. It's kind of a dreamy song.
Here's my favorite 311 song. Dude, this is the jam right here.
Yeah, this one feels so good too.
I don't know if they play this anymore live.
Oh yeah, they play it. We played with them. We're playing again with them next month.
They play this.
Yes,
And the last couple times I saw them.
Man. Coolest people ever listen to 311. Like never a douchebag listens to 311.
Okay, my 311 story.
Let's hear it.
Got to St. Louis as 03. 311's playing a show at the amphitheater. They had just put out, the single was Creatures for a While.
Creatures for a While. That song rips, dude.
Yep.
That song rips.
It rips. So I'm backstage, ready to interview the band. They only send one guy.
Peanut.
They sent Peanut. I was so pissed off.
Yeah.
Why?
Because they only sent one guy.
To tell you the truth, though,
He's so cool.
He's good with media.
I was young and angsty.
You wanted Nick?
You wanted
all of them.
I wanted all of them. Or don't send me the bassist.
But he was like...
Don't send me the bassist.
He's as popular as Nick
Don't send me the
Hexum,
bassist.
Yeah, normally I understand that's an insult, but I'm telling you, he's better media.
I felt slighted
than
and
most of those
insulted.
guys.
Oh, my God.
Okay, so what I did was, I interviewed him, it's fine. And I said, since you only sent me 1/4 of the band, I will play 1/4 of the song.
So good, dude.
And I played 1/4 of Creatures for a While next. Because I was doing nights.
Right.
So I played 1/4 of the song and cut it and went to the next song.
What a turd.
Yeah, you are a turd.
What a
Funny
turd.
move. I love it. I respect it. What a turd.
1/4 of the song. Thank you.
Hey,
Peanut, beat that thing. Get out.
the Voyager record, by the way, that came out in 19 that Feldman did, that is the record that made my son love 311. And he obsessed over 311 after that. So I'm really thankful for that record, even though a lot of diehards weren't into it. It was a slightly different sound, definitely more pop.
Yeah.
The production of it I thought was kind of perfect for the band at the time, and that record is great too if you give it a shot.
All right, well, happy 311 Day. When is that? Today's the 8th. Monday. Monday's 311 Day.
Monday.
Listen to your favorite 311 song on Monday. All right, we got to take a break. We'll come back. Moon, you got to jump on the phones real quick. Get us some
Yes, sir.
callers.
I shall do that.
So we're going to play Fake News of Florida. It's a simple game. Lern's going to read you a headline, and you tell us if the story is real, if it's something that actually happened in the state of Florida, or if it's something that I made up. All right, 2 out of 3 right, you win your choice of tickets. We've got tickets to Candy Feel the Punk tonight, which is coming up May 11th at the pageant. You get tickets to the 8 p.m. Late Show. We've also got tickets for the Blues Minnesota Wild game on March 16th. We've got tickets to go see Cage the Elephant with Young and the Giant September 12th at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. And we have tickets for Point Fest happening on May 18th at the Amphitheater. So Fake News of Florida will play next, 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. Stay there.
And
Back to the Rizz Show, presented by the Fast Lane. Moon, can you hear me in there? Moon's in King Scott's little booth. Coming in loud and clear?
Yeah, buddy.
Maybe try the other mic. Is there another mic in there? Yeah.
You got me?
Oh, there we go. There we go. All right, let's give away some stuff. All right, we're playing Fake News or Florida. It's a simple Friday game. So Lern's going to read your headline, and you tell us if the story is something that actually happened in the state of Florida or if it's something we completely made up. 2 out of 3 right, you win. You do have a Moon Lifeline. So you have 1 Moon Lifeline. Should you choose to use Moon, whatever he says is binding.
Yep.
You understand that, Moon?
I totally understand.
Whatever you say is binding. You have a choice of what you'd like to win here. Point Fest tickets. Point Fest happening May 18th. We got KG Elephant tickets. We've got Blues tickets. Blues Wild Saturday, March 16th at Enterprise. And we have tickets for Candy Feel the Punk tonight. Saturday night, May 11th, over at the pageant. You get 2 tickets to the 8 p.m. Late Show. All right, 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. Let's go to the phones. And we got Melissa. Good morning, Melissa. Hello, Melissa.
Alyssa, I'm here.
Alyssa.
Alyssa, sorry.
Scott,
sorry,
you
Alyssa.
messed that up.
Yeah, it's Scott's fault. He's not here. All right, Alyssa, let's go with the first headline from Lern.
All right, Alyssa. Breaking news. A Fort Pierce woman told police that the wind blew cocaine into her purse. Is this fake news or Florida?
I'm going to say that's Florida.
That is Florida.
Oh, that's Florida.
Yes. 1 correct. Next, fake news of Florida.
Breaking news, Alyssa, a Pompano beach... Pompano. Excuse, is this where you're moving? A Pompano Beach woman was arrested for a DUI after she crashed into a police station. Is this fake news or Florida?
Can you repeat it?
I will. A Pompano Beach woman was arrested for a DUI after she crashed into a police station.
I'm going to say that is also Florida.
Ooh, that was fake news. Made that one up.
Man, that one felt right.
It did feel right, but not in Pompano Beach.
Correct.
Okay, final one. Here we go.
All right. Alyssa, breaking news. A spider monkey attacked a Home Depot employee after escaping from its owner. Is that fake news or Florida?
Can I let Moon make that decision?
Oh, God.
Read the headline again.
Moon. A spider monkey attacked a Home Depot employee after escaping from its owner.
Alyssa, I'm going to guess that is... I think that's Florida. Tell me that's Florida. Tell me.
Oh, that's Florida.
Yeah!
Winner. Hang on, Alyssa.
I like how the one before that was so believable that you said, no, not in Pompano. Like Pompano Beach has really got their crack.
Yeah, they do. They do. They do. All right, let's go to Joshua in Winfield. Good morning, Joshua.
Good morning.
All right, fake news of Florida. Here you go, your first headline.
Joshua, breaking news. A Titusville grandmother popped out her teeth to scare off a nude burglar on her porch. Is that fake news or Florida?
Sounds like Florida.
Oh, that's Florida.
Yep, that's Florida. 1 for 1. Here we go.
Joshua, a Miami man flipped off a cop before jumping off of a pier and attempting to swim towards a cruise ship. Is that fake news or Florida?
Florida.
Fake news. Fake news. Comes down to this.
Sounded real.
Joshua, breaking news. An Orlando man sets world record for most Mickey Mouse tattoos in a single day. Is it fake news or is it Florida?
Oh, man. Florida.
Oh, it's fake news.
Fake news.
They were
Fake
goofy
news.
tattoos. Right?
Fake
they were
news.
goofy.
I feel bad. All right, Mike, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mike. Let's go with fake news of Florida and your first headline.
A holiday man had his monkey taken away after two of them were busted for driving a stolen car. Is it fake news or Florida?
Fake news.
Oh, that's Florida.
Yeah, that was Florida. That was Florida.
Yeah. All right, Mike, what about this? Breaking news, a Tallahassee police say that a house cat started a fire by spilling a glass of whiskey onto a gas stove. Is that fake news or Florida?
That's Florida.
That's fake news.
Fake news. He gone.
All right, he gone. Kevin, hello.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude. All right, Kevin, fake news of Florida, first headline.
All right, Kevin, breaking news, a hospital security guard was fired for uploading his farts to Instagram. Fake news or Florida?
That's Florida.
Oh, that's Florida.
Yeah, it's Florida. That is Florida.
Smells like Florida.
All right. Next.
All right, breaking news, an Orlando weatherman was fired for telling viewers that the temperature would dip below 50 degrees for the third effing day in a row. Is that fake news or Florida?
Oh, fake news?
That's fake news. Winner.
Good.
All right, Kevin. Winner. Kevin's a winner.
Man, I would have loved to have heard that. That newscast.
Yeah.
But it was fake. Yeah, it was fake, but
I know. If it was,
I want to hear
I
like
want
Steve
that one to be
Templeton do
real.
For
that.
the third effing day in a row.
All right, Kevin
Oh
wins.
my gosh, that's funny.
Shane, St. Charles, good morning.
What's up, guys? I'm here.
Hey, Shane, here we go. Fake news of Florida.
Breaking news, Shane, a Jacksonville man wins the lottery, celebrates by hosting alligator wrestling competition in his backyard. Is that fake news or Florida?
Florida.
I made that one up. That was fun to make that one up. I was like,
You like
really?
that?
Yeah.
That's what you would do?
I chuckled at that one.
Good for you.
I chuckled to myself when I was writing that at the old computer. Next.
All right, Shane, breaking news. Police in Niceville say a naked man started a house fire while drunkenly baking cookies on his George Foreman grill. Is that fake news or a Florida story?
Florida.
Oh, that's Florida.
That's Florida.
That is
With
Florida.
confidence.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it comes down to this.
All right, Shane.
All right.
A Tarpon Springs man was arrested after he drunkenly dialed 911 and claimed his wife was a Palm Beach socialite, throwing lavish gala for pet parrots, invites who's who of the Avian Society. My God, is this fake news or Florida? What the hell is this?
I don't know.
Let's ask Moon.
Oh, please repeat.
Yeah, I can't wait. A Tarpon Springs man was arrested after he drunkenly dialed 911 and claimed that his wife was a Palm Beach socialite throwing a lavish gala for pet parrots, inviting the who's who of the Avian Society.
Oh my gosh, sounds like a Dumb and Dumber moment. Man, I feel like the detail leans it true, but I just think this is ridiculous. I say, show me fake news.
Oh, that's Florida.
That is
Oh, you
Florida.
teased me. I thought the X meant that I was right.
No.
I'm sorry,
was a
Shane.
Florida story.
Shane, I'm sorry. Don't rely on me.
All right, let's go one more time. One more time. Colin, hello.
Good morning.
All right, Colin. Here we go. Final contestant for Fake News of Florida.
Colin, breaking news.
All right.
Is it Ocala?
Ocala, yeah.
An Ocala man claimed to have discovered Fountain of Youth in his backyard hot tub. Is that fake news or Florida?
I really want that to be Florida. So let's go with Florida.
That's fake news.
Damn it.
That was
Damn
fake
it, Colin.
news. Fake news. Come on. Rebound here, Colin.
Here we go.
All right.
Breaking news. A Sarasota synchronized swimming team wins gold, performs routine with manatees. Is this fake news or Florida?
Let's go Florida.
Oh,
That is
fake news.
How cute would that be, though, with the
A
manatees?
Sarasota synchronized swimming team wins gold, performs routine with manatees. No, that was a fake news story that I made up. Well,
All right.
Well,
we got some winners and there were some losers. So there you go.
it happens.
Fake news of Florida.
Yo.
So before we get to sports, just a couple airline stories for you.
Great. Perfect.
I know
timing.
you're flying tomorrow, but
What an a-hole.
well, okay. So listen. So 3 passengers who were on board that Alaska Airlines flight You know, the one that had to make the emergency landing after the door blew off?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Mid-flight?
Boeing plane.
Oh, yeah, these are the 3 passengers that were like a row back.
Yeah,
right?
they're
Like-
suing Boeing for $1 billion. $1 billion. The lawsuit alleges that Boeing's negligence caused the incident in early January. Kyle Rinker, Amanda Strickland, Kevin Kwok were all on board Alaska Flight 1282 when the exit door plug in the middle of the plane fell off the aircraft. Air began to rush out. Remember phones, a kid's T-shirt like was ripped off his body.
Right.
Personal items sucked from the plane in the process while passengers clung to seats in each other. The 3 who are suing were all sitting 2 rows back diagonally. Like the whole, and they're 2 rows back diagonally. They're looking for substantial punitive damages from the manufacturer.
I don't know if you guys watched Last Week Tonight, but last Sunday, John Oliver had a piece on Boeing, like the extended piece. And he had an interview of one of the representatives from Boeing after this plane incident went down. And essentially they said, yeah, it was a quality control issue.
Yeah.
Like they admitted to it, that they did not count the bolts, possibly.
Wow.
Yeah, Amanda and the boyfriend Kyle said they couldn't hear fellow passengers' screams because the air rushing was so loud.
And if it would have been higher altitude, they would have been dead. Like the fact that they were still, it was after takeoff and that they had not ascended to the proper altitude. I mean, it could have been way worse.
Well, investigators so far found that 4 key bolts were missing from the panel, which fell out of the plane as it flew from Portland, Oregon to Ontario, California.
Was somebody calling my name in the kitchen? I think they are. I think I need to go in the kitchen.
You don't want to listen to the rest of this?
I really don't. Thanks, guys. What are you doing?
Well, on Monday, the FAA said that Boeing had failed to meet quality control standards during manufacturing. While another report raised concerns about staff being comfortable in reporting safety issues.
Again, go watch Last Week Tonight from Sunday. I mean, they do an in-depth dive and they have footage of Boeing employees talking to each other about like, hey, would you take this plane? And like 8 out of the 10, I think, or 7 out of the 10 were like, no, we wouldn't.
What? Wait. So is this quality control with a particular plane? Is this quality
Yes.
control with Boeing across the
With the
board?
MAX, with the 737 MAX 9s?
Yes.
The one particular plane?
It was the one particular plane. And what's crazy is Boeing, is such an elite, it's top of the line manufacturer for
Well, and they're
aircraft.
here. I
But
mean,
they've
they
had
have the
nothing
whole
but
plan
issues
here.
with that particular plane. We're talking about stretching the last 5-6 years. And there's so much money lost if they ground them all. Remember when they
Well,
grounded
yeah.
them all because
Oh,
of the
yeah,
digital
'cause-
thing?
Well,
Or because of the autopilot thing?
are you flying Frontier?
Nah, man.
Flying United?
No, yeah. I don't know what I'm flying.
Well, United did not have a good week this week.
Ah.
United Airlines Public Relations Department has been busy this week because of 2 flight incidents. On Monday, a flight from Houston to Fort Myers had to turn around, make an emergency landing after flames were seen coming from one of the engines. One of the passengers said, panic set in with a lot of people. A lot of people around me were screaming and crying.
Sure.
In a statement, United said the incident was due to an engine issue. No kidding. The flight landed safely. Everybody deplaned normally. And then on Thursday, yesterday, a landing gear tire fell off during takeoff. It was a United flight from San Francisco to Osaka, Japan.
Jeez, man.
The plane diverted to Los Angeles to make an emergency landing. I saw a video of that one. Passenger crew was safe. Everything's all right. United said in a statement, we're grateful to our pilots and flight attendants for their professionalism in managing the situation. The aircraft is designed to land safely with missing or damaged tires. And by the way, the tire damaged the vehicle in the parking lot at the airport.
I don't know.
So it fell off the plane to hit a car in the parking lot.
I do know that we chose to. We're a little freaked out, so just enough. So we chose to actually do a connecting flight rather than the only direct because the only direct was a budget airline, and I didn't.
Really?
I didn't
I'm
feel
not
comfortable.
scared.
It's not that I'm not. It's not that I'm
It's
scared.
you're scared.
No, it's not that I'm scared that it's falling out of the air. It's scared that the last time you went someplace out of the country and chose a budget airline, they abandoned you and left you there.
Boy, yeah, that was. That
It was
terrible.
2020, right?
Yeah,
That was a COVID thing.
But still, something happened. And
Just so you know, I'm
airline said,
getting
nah.
back on the horse, and we're flying to Punta Cana on that airline in May because it is the only direct flight.
Well,
Yeah, we chose not direct.
Well, God, I hope
Because I ain't
everything
rolling
works
that.
out.
Yeah, I ain't rolling that dice, man.
All right, here's sports. All right, Moon, what do we got?
Sports is brought to you by DraftKings, a casino queen. Call to book your bracket bash watch parties at DraftKings Sportbook now. The third stop on the Blues' challenging 5-game East Coast excursion did not go well. They suffered a 4-1 loss to the New Jersey Devils last night in their final game before Friday's NHL trade deadline. Today is the trade deadline. The Blues have gone 3-6-1 in their last 10 games while sliding off the pace in the Western Conference race. New Jersey outshot the Blues 16-5 in the first period and took a 2-0 lead. Then Timo Meier completed his hat trick in the second period to put the Devils up 3-1. Brandon Saad scored for the Blues. Bennington made a number of huge saves again to keep the Blues in the game. But that is how it happens. Now, in other Blues news, Oscar Sundqvist is not going anywhere. The 29-year-old Ford signed a 2-year contract extension with the Blues worth $3 million, $1.5 million AAV yesterday. Quote, he said, "It was my plan the whole time. I wanted to be a part of the team and turning the ship around. For me personally, I didn't want to abandon it and leave at the trade deadline. I wanted to stay here, help this team get back to being successful and getting back into the playoffs and being a competitor again. It was a huge part to stay here and hopefully help this team win hockey games."
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're a hockey fan, today is like a day to keep your eye on the social medias. And
yeah, it's a big day.
With the pack your bags, who's moving where.
Big day for sure.
We'll see what teams really think they have a chance to go far in the playoffs and who's selling, who's buying. Exciting, guys. Lern's excited.
I took the day off.
Yeah, good. Took the afternoon off.
Take the rest of the afternoon off.
It's also a big day locally as well because of the big basketball that is happening here. The local basketball Arch Madness tournament happening down at Enterprise Center this weekend. Started last night. Missouri State upset Murray State 60-35. Belmont beat Valparaiso. Evansville beat Illinois State. Chicago beat Southern Illinois, and the quarterfinals begin today. Noon is Indiana State versus Missouri State. That's the number 1 ranked seed and number 8. Then later in the day, Northern Iowa takes on Belmont. Then Drake takes on Evansville, and Bradley takes on Illinois Chicago. Get tickets at archmadness.com. Big story yesterday, Mike Tyson getting back into the ring this summer to fight YouTuber Jake Paul. 2 first names. All first names across the board here.
Yeah.
The fight's going to take place July 20th at AT&T Stadium in Dallas. It's going to air live on Netflix.
Now, I'm going to be having a party at my house. I will be having a fight party, so.
Can I come?
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
absolutely.
No,
You have to bring the
it's
yellowtail.
like for real.
Yeah.
Like whenever there's a big fight, I do have a
hot
house
dog
party.
cart?
I will bring the hummus and you will bring the yellowtail.
No, don't bring anything. I'll
You heard it here
anything.
first. Don't bring anything.
I will provide all the. I did get a hot dog cart last time.
I got to bring my own vegan dogs, though, because you said you would not provide those?
No, we're not doing any of that hippie crap.
Oh.
No official word on how much Tyson and Paul are making. Tyson said this: "I'm very much looking forward to stepping into the ring with Jake Paul. He's grown significantly. You want to do an impression? I feel like we're cheating the audience if we don't do some sort of impression, but he's grown significantly as a boxer over the years, so it will be a lot of fun to see what the will and ambition of a kid can do with the experience and aptitude of a goat." Tyson's going to be 58 when he steps into the ring. Jake Paul, 27.
Oh, I get it. Like a kid and a goat?
I don't
know if he means that.
Oh.
I'm not sure Mike Tyson was putting those together, but I like...
This is, I mean, are they really going to be boxing? Is it going to be a fixed thing? I don't know.
They're just going to be slapping each other, you know?
I hope not. I
don't
hope
know,
they
man.
each other. It seems like one generation versus the next generation.
I think if Tyson is in good shape, he's going to kill that kid.
Oh.
Don't you think? I mean, he's the most dangerous man on earth with his fists.
Yeah.
Even though he's 58.
Even though he's 58.
Did you see him training? Remember that video a couple years ago? Like
scary.
He's terrifying. Let's see. He's going to be 58. Tyson's going to be 27.
No,
Tyson,
the other way.
Oh, what
Tyson's going to be 58.
Tyson 58.
Paul's going to be
27. Tyson has not had an official boxing match since June 11th, 2005, when he lost to Kevin McBride. He did face Roy Jones Jr. in an exhibition bout in 2020 in L.A. on a card that featured Paul, viciously knocking out former Knicks guard Nate Robinson in the second round.
Right.
But that was what it was.
That was what it was.
I'm Moon, and that's your sports because doing the bull dance, feeling the flow, working it.
I actually have some breaking news.
Yes, go ahead.
Sports news. Guys, Adam Wainwright, who I understand is the former pitcher for the St. Louis Cardinals, is staying busy in retirement. On Saturday, tomorrow, he's going to be performing at the Grand Ole Opry, where he's going to sing and also participate in a meet and greet where he'll discuss his baseball career and also his upcoming new music career. Thank you.
There you go.
Neato.
That is super neat. Thank you, Lern. And thank you, Moon.
Thank you, Rizz.
We'll take one final break. We'll come back. We'll wrap her up.
point fest.
That's it for us. Donnie Fandango is next. Have a great weekend. Moon, have a great trip. We'll see you
thank you,
on.
sir. Yeah.
We'll see you next Friday.
I'll see you at 314 Day with the Battlehawks Cacaw down at Ballpark Village.
That's right.
Alabama Dirtbags bringing y'all alternative to the forefront. Y'all alternative.
Love it.
What time do you guys go on? Do you know?
I don't have a clue.
Okay.
I'll know that on Wednesday.
All right. Well, if I find out, I'll let the public know.
Or Thursday. I'll know that on.
When you're not here. All right. Today's wrap up is sponsored by.
Sponsored by Jack in the Box Jack Wraps. A little bit of healthy, a little bit of indulgence, only at Jack. But you should know not to ask me those questions. Everybody in my life knows it.
You never know where you are until you're there.
I have so many things that it's like it's a day-to-day schedule. And I got.
I'm a details guy. I don't know.
I am too, but these I can't have that many things on the brain.
All right, what's today's podcast title?
Straight latex, baby, yeah.
Wow.
All right, so you got the Dirtbags thing next Thursday.
Yeah.
Can You Feel the Punk tonight is May 11th.
That's right. Make sure you get tickets now. Pageant website or the Point website. You're not going to want to miss this. There's a 3 p.m. show and an 8 p.m. show. Big family show. You don't have to have kids to enjoy this. You're going to really enjoy it. A lot of rock. We got horns. We got everything. It is a full-blown punk ska band doing all things Disney, old and new.
All right, Lern, what do you got?
Just follow me on the socials at Lern versus Radio. Cats, Tim, band. It's great.
Headstands.
Headstands.
Oh, you have a show on Sunday, don't you?
I'm not. No. I'm actually going to see Ginny Lewis at the pageant.
Oh, I thought you guys had a show. Okay, never mind then.
Yeah.
Go see Gina Lewis at the pageant.
She's so good. Come see her.
There you go. All right, we leave you with a selection from our Team Rizz member today, which is brought to you by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill. And I will see a lot of you Team Rizz members tomorrow at Hot Shots. You're home for blues hockey from St. Charles, Jonathan Wiley.